Jose, can't you see?
Wait a second. The first word is Jose? I thought it was...
Jose, we know.
Wow! It's about a Spanish guy. Oh, Jose, can you...
I don't believe it, man. It's so easy.
Bienvenidos a otro capítulo de su programa favorito, Más o Menos. Good morning, good afternoon, buenas noches.
Hola.
Oh man, I started hearing my echo. Oh god, technical difficulties. So guys, I do apologize in regards to what's going on. We don't have Marco. I'll explain where Marco is in just one moment, but I have one awesome panel here that is really looking forward to this main event matchup between two competitors that are trying to find some redemption. I want to go to those guys first. Guys, Phill, now you were here just a couple months ago going up against KG Collector. Now it was a tough one. That one was a old school tally up vote where you ended up losing in the last second. How do you feel, and how do you feel about being back today?
It's like the Joshua Jake Paul today. I'm Joshua.
Oh,
could be.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Okay, who hit the last time? One vote.
One vote is what it took.
It's rough.
Now, Shane, you're back here. Yours wasn't as decisive. You underestimated the crowd's love for Spider-Man. Do you think you're going to redeem yourself today?
No. Like, because I was sitting down. I did little or no prep for this. As this morning, I had nothing done. Anything done, you would help me with. And I was like, you know what? A while ago, I was like, do you know what I should pick out? There was an extra in the background of Spider-Man 2 working the till, and I said, you know, if I pick her, I'll get all the votes and I'll win. But I decided I wouldn't pick the extra who was just working the till in Spider-Man 2. I'd actually go with something I'm passionate about. I refuse to do it. I'm going to pick something that I'm passionate about that perhaps other people are actually passionate about, because then I can genuinely sell my pitch.
Okay. No, I'm totally okay with that. And we'll see if the audience gets behind you. I know we have a celebrity guest amount of guest judges here. I want to go to Jim Collector. James, buenos dias. How are you? Are you ready for this matchup?
I'm very good, thank you. Yeah, I am. I'm excited to see who'll come out on top out of this one. I'm excited to see what picks they've gone for as well. I did fully expect Shane to set out and go for something from Spider-Man, but I'm glad to see he stuck to his guns on his left. I insulted him too hard. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be an epic matchup.
All right, and your better half, who made her debut on Más o Menos, competing against you. Vida, how are you? Buenos dias, ¿cómo estás? How are you feeling? It's the first time back in a while. It's a couple episodes, right?
Yeah, buenas noches. Muy bien, muy bien. I'm pretty well. Pretty happy I won. And yeah, we will see how the guys are doing tonight.
She just got to rub it in there, Jim. She's just like, how, you know, I won, you know.
She never misses an opportunity.
Well, yeah, I won.
Now I want to go next to Dave, X-Man Supreme. Now you were here just 14 days ago. For the first time, we have 2 streams this month. 14 days ago, you came up huge and you beat my guy, Zord Photography, in the King Shark thing. How do you feel?
I feel just very, very, very happy to be even selected, and very fortunate to have had the cards fall the way they did. Zord is a very talented man, and I suspect that had I brought up a lesser offering, he would have taken it easily. So, very humbled. Very humbled.
Don't sell yourself short, though. Your pitch was excellent, so don't sell yourself short there.
Yeah, congratulations, Dave.
Want to go to Philly now? Philly, I've been trying to get you on this show for a while. Now, you had some family things that were keeping you from coming on the show, but you let me know that your schedule was clear in December. So I wanted to bring you in this time for the first time ever as a special guest judge. You're going to help me judge these guys. Do you have a side you're leaning towards, Philly?
No. I'm just want to keep it completely clear that all you people are my favorite. So if I do judge against you, I still love you guys. And thanks for having me, Jose. It's always happy to be here. Sorry I couldn't make it. It took me almost a year to get here. So I appreciate you having me, and I'm looking forward to this. So thanks for having me.
Of course. I'm glad you're here. Now we don't have Marco, so co-hosting duties is going to my man for the first time co-hosting this show, my man Harrison, Viking Collectibles. You're going to be helping me behind the scenes with a couple things. Harrison, how are you? Buenos dias. Good to be here.
Yes, very well. Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to both of these pictures. I'm hoping that they've brought their A game for this one. So yeah, it should be really good.
All right, beautiful. All right, guys, let's go ahead and say hello to a couple people in the chat. I saw some people talking about the noise that you're hearing in the background. I think that's me, and I've been trying to sort it out, and I can't fix it. So I do apologize if you hear it. If it sounds like it's someone at the airport, I'll try to put myself on mute when I'm not talking, so hopefully that helps. But I'm going to do a lot of talking, so unfortunately, if you're hearing it, I'm so sorry about that. Okay.
It sounds like you have frijoles in the olla, so I think we're done.
Okay. Los frijoles ya están listos. All right, let's go ahead and bring up a couple people here that are saying hello. Nicolio, my guy, producer on the Jose Plus channel. Hola, can't stay for the show, but wanted to quickly wish you all a Feliz Navidad and the best for 2026. Thank you on the entertainment and insight. Peace and love. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. Vita saying good morning, afternoon, and evening. Yes. Rogue One Photography, my guy, Phill. Bob is dipping in and out. Good evening, you lot, and happy Christmas. Why, thank you, Bob. I appreciate you. Are you watching the other format thing? As I can't see your comment. That might be one of those things. Or also, we're doing the dual stream thing where it's appearing on both channels. So it might be one of those things here. Viking warming up the chat. Thank you. Appreciate you, my man. Hit the like button. Absolutely. Feliz Navidad. Yes, thank you, Philly. The movie canon is here. Feliz Navidad todos. Feliz fiestas y prospero año y felicidad. Feliz rendiciones. Thank you, my guy. Thank you, movie canon. Jill's usually here and he'll take the co-hosting spot, but he has some commitments that he couldn't join us today. But I appreciate you being here with us. I really, really appreciate that, Jill. All right. I got my guy Sal. Now, Sal, me and him been talking about coming on the show. So shout out to Sal. I'm looking to make that happen. Philly might be a guy you might be going up against. I'm just throwing that out there. I got my man X-Man warming up the chat. And I believe that's it. We got one more. Don Maton 8040. ¿Qué pasó, coleccionistas? Pues, ¿qué pasó, amigo? ¿Cómo estás? How are you this morning? I hope everyone is doing well. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get into the warm-up. Now, this warm-up, I sent this to Shane, and he had some very passionate words about this. Let me go ahead and bring this up, because this is really, really important. Let's see if I can do this. Sorry. Yeah, I'm still a rookie. If Marco saw me, he'd be like, what's going on here? But I've got to bring these things up.
By the way, Jose, happy belated birthday to you and to Marco. You had a birthday this past week, so hope you had a good birthday. I know probably Marco is celebrating and he's like recovering from it too, probably. So we'll see him next time. But kudos to you for making it out here, because I'd probably be passed out by now.
No, muchas gracias, Philly. I really appreciate you saying that. Yes, actually, it's really funny because my birthday's on the 17th and Marco's was yesterday. So we have our birthdays are really, really close. So yeah, he told me yesterday he was celebrating it. He went to dinner and he told me he was having a breakfast this morning. And he said, if I can make the back end of the show, I'll come through. So we might see him. We might not, we'll see. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. All right. Now, this is what I was talking about here. Now, recently, Macaulay Culkin, which again, we know as Kevin McAllister from the Home Alone films, he was talking about Die Hard, specifically about how he believes it's not a Christmas movie. Now, he quotes, Die Hard is based around Christmas, but if it was on St. Patrick's Day, it would also still work. But you couldn't do Home Alone on Memorial Day. So he argues that it is not a Christmas movie. I want to go to Shane first. You were pretty passionate about Macaulay Culkin's comments. What do you think about this?
If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. There's a lot of ifs and buts in that comment. If a frog had wings, it wouldn't bump its ass every time it hops. At the end of the day, it is set during Christmas. It is a Christmas movie. It takes place during an actual Christmas party. Of course, it's a Christmas movie. You can say it could be set up. He actually said it was Patrick's Day. If it was set up Patrick's Day, it'd be a St. Patrick's Day movie or whatever. Yeah, but it wasn't. It was set in Christmas. It's a Christmas movie. End of story. There's two types of people in the world. Those who think that Die Hard's a Christmas movie, and those that are wrong.
By the way, Shane, Tia Carrere, Wayne's World, quote.
Is that end quote?
Mm-hmm. End quote.
I want to go next. We had a couple people in the group chat, that were agreeing with Macaulay Culkin. Vita, you were one of them. I want to go to you next. Why do you believe it's not a Christmas movie?
Because it's not. Just because it's set around Christmas, it doesn't make it to be a Christmas movie. Like, there is nothing about the Christmas per se. Like, let's take Home Alone. It's about the Christmas. It's about the kid left alone for Christmas. And Die Hard, it's not about Christmas. It's just set in that time. And, like, that's it. It's just not a Christmas movie. Even, the main actor himself said that it's not a Christmas movie. So, I mean, just saying.
In fairness, Bruce Willis doesn't know what he's saying these days. And I love Bruce Willis.
Gosh. I knew you wouldn't go there.
These days, Shane. Yeah, exactly. James, unmute yourself if you speak. Yeah, you can.
You're in the wrong camp,
Shane,
Vita.
Shane
you're in the wrong
angry
camp.
with
You're in the wrong camp.
No, I'm in the right camp. It's not a Christmas movie. Never will be for me. I don't even think I ever watched this movie from start to the end, if I'm honest. It's just.
Oh no. Oh,
you missed all the Christmas nostalgia then. The Run DMC Christmas song, the Christmas party, the Christmas trees. You missed them. You missed them all.
There must be something wrong with me, because it's not a Christmas movie. But again, I don't like Grinch as well, so I don't know what it's about me.
Oh no. We're gonna move on. Jim, what do you think? Do you agree with me?
No, I'm of the opinion that it is a Christmas film. And actually, I think Vita made almost a contradictory point just then. Because she said Die Hard is set around Christmas, but it's not actually about Christmas. It's just in a Christmas setting. I'd argue Home Alone's the same. It's not about Christmas. It's about a kid who's like left home alone, and it's just during Christmas. Even to go back to Macaulay Culkin, if that was set during St. Patrick's Day, this quote would apply to Home Alone as well. I feel like it's just the same thing. So for me, I think it is a Christmas film because that's its setting. It's quite literally a setting. It's hard to ignore it. So I think it is. I think it's just a Christmas film. I don't know. I haven't got much more to add to it. That's just where I am on that. Basically.
Okay. Dave, X-Men Supreme, what do you think?
It's an action movie, not a holiday movie. That's all.
It can be both.
It's a holiday action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got rom-coms, you got it's Hall action. I don't know. I like I like portmanteaus, but this one's hard. All right, anyway, I disagree wholeheartedly with Macaulay Culkin on both counts. Die Hard is a Christmas movie because all the reasons that it is that we have stated so far. It just is. And you could do Home Alone on Memorial Day. Exact same scenario. It could absolutely happen on Memorial Day. It can happen on any holiday. People travel all the time. People are stealing shit all the time. So, it's just he's double wrong. You hate to see it. He's an American treasure, but he's not right.
Sorry, I'm putting myself on mute. Yes. Philly, actually, why don't you go next? Let me know. What do you think?
Well, for me, it's to each your own. Honestly, really, Christmas time, it's about, it's cold and it's wintry and it's all about just, getting together with your loved ones in a snuggle environment and watch a good flick. It doesn't matter if it's Home Alone or Die Hard. I mean, I think Batman Returns is a Christmas movie too, and people are going to argue about that too. But it doesn't matter. You pick the movie you want to see during the holiday. It could be anything. Might I add is one Christmas underrated film that you guys should definitely see if you haven't seen is Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds. It's a funny ass movie. You should watch it if you haven't seen that. But yeah, like I said, to each your own. Macaulay Culkin, Culkin is. I think he just hates getting, Die Hard getting the attention from his movie, which is amazing as well. But that's what I'm thinking about that. But to each your own. If you like Batman Returns, watch Batman Returns. If you like Die Hard, watch Die Hard or Home Alone. Doesn't matter. Just enjoy yourself.
So Philly, one of the reasons I did little or no prep today is because I literally came from the cinema. I saw Home Alone in the cinema today.
Nice.
And last week I saw Batman Returns in the cinema. So
my God.
And in a few days' time I'll be watching Die Hard in the cinema because my cinema is putting all the Christmas classics on.
There you go. You should have just started with that. You should have said that already. You're like,
I was building up to it. That was my weapon of mass destruction.
Movie theaters are playing those movies, so technically they are Christmas movies. So sorry, guys. Good one, Shane.
Oh, so I just figured out. So if you are watching this on Marco's channel, which is the 166 channel, you don't have access to the poll. You would only have access on the poll if you're on my channel. So if you want to vote in the poll, you'll have to watch it on my channel. So yeah, maybe go to my channel, subscribe, and vote in the poll. Because apparently that's the only way we can do it if Marco isn't here. Sorry about that, guys. I want to go to Harrison next. What do you think about this specific movie? Is this a Christmas movie?
I kind of want to agree with Philly, I think, on this one. I think it can be both. I would tend to lean more to the fact that it's not a Christmas movie purely because when I think of it as an action film. If I was to go to my kids and go, let's put a Christmas movie on, Die Hard would be not on the list. It would be the kids' movies first, but then it'd be something like Home Alone or Miracle on 34th Street, something that is Christmassy. While it is based in that time, I don't think it's a very Christmassy movie. But I can see the other side of it, and if the cinemas are playing it at Christmas time, then that must be it must be a Christmas movie. But I would like to disagree.
All right. Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from. Now, Phil, what do you think? You've seen both sides of it now. What are you thinking?
I think there's enough of an association with Christmas in the movie to make it a Christmas movie, and it's definitely earned the right to be a Christmas movie, I think. And it's probably the only time of year that this film would really pop into my head because I haven't watched it for years, but Gemma also bought me an advent calendar with hands falling 24 floors, so definitely a Christmas movie.
Got it. Now, I personally think it does fall into the category. I think there is enough in this film to be classified as a Christmas film, especially because, people have adopted it in that way. And because, again, a lot of the circumstances that take place in the film is because it is the holidays, it is Christmas. And so, like, the reason he's there is because it's a holiday party, so on and so forth. So I believe there's enough there, but it's an interesting conversation for sure. All right, guys, we will move on. Thank you so much for participating on that.
Sorry, Jose.
Go ahead, jump in. No, go ahead.
I'm just outnumbered. Yeah, I think it's because all the English-speaking people see it as a Christmas movie. But if we will take widely Europeans, there wouldn't be many who would support this, like that is Christmas movie. I don't even think in my country it's been shown during Christmas, if I'm honest. Maybe during Easter, maybe around Christmas sometimes, but it's never like a main thing. It's something that plays I don't know, like on Boxing Day or even the day after Boxing Day, just to fill in the program. It's just never been a big thing. So maybe it's just that. Maybe I'm from a different part of the world and it's a different opinion.
Okay. No, I think it's valid. You have a valid point there. Now, X-Men, I agree with both of you guys. Just Friends is a good movie. I do like that movie a lot. It's really funny. If you have not seen that film, very funny. Keith Lee says, I switched over to Jose Plus. It's so much better here. Yeah, I agree. And the polls will be there. So guys, go to that channel and do the voting there. Now, as of right now, I did make a poll just to see how that would work. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Currently, it's reading at 62% no. So Vita, we actually have people agreeing with you here. 62% currently are saying it is not a Christmas movie. Interesting. All right.
They must be all from Eastern Europe. That has to be it. That's the only explanation.
Sal says, "What qualifies a
friends, send them a link and ask them to come and
Jose's at 10,000 subs.
Please subscribe. What qualifies a film as a Christmas movie? Solely that the setting is taking place during Christmas, or that the story has to be a Christmas theme?" I think that
either or.
People, yeah, I think people qualify it just based on what they believe. You know, I don't know. Everyone's different about that. Gio says, I don't believe it's a Christmas movie. I have seen the movie a few times growing up, and even though it's set during Christmas, I always saw it as an action film. Well,
hey, Jose, I got something here to settle the argument real quick. Honey, go ahead and say it. Say Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
No, I was just going to mention that Batman Returns another Christmas film. Oh my goodness, hold on.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Did you hear?
That's right. That's right, young one. Yes.
Hey, bye.
Bye.
See, that settles it for me as well.
Wise beyond years.
Yeah, can't argue.
Now, Philly, get her to say yippee-ki-yay. No, I'm not just sure.
No. Too soon. There you go. Problem solved.
That kid's going places.
I saved that clip just for the right moment. All right, guys, we will move on, but I appreciate it. I will close the poll. Currently reading at we had 9 votes, and it was at 56% no, 44% yes.
It was catching up.
Right.
It was catching up.
All right. Okay. Now, the big question, where is Marco? Now, guys, Marco, he's on a missing, on a milk carton, on a missing label, as you see here. Currently, again, I'm enjoying a birthday breakfast. So shout out, happy birthday to my co-host, Marco. He is not here today. Now, he did mention that if the breakfast went short, he might be able to come. So if he does come, don't mention this to him. Hopefully he catches the replay. But yeah, so he's currently missing again. So, shout out to Marco. Happy belated birthday to my guy, Marco 16 Fix. All right, guys. Let's see. What do we got next? Ooh, okay. We're going to go into this next segment. Now, this segment here was actually suggested by a good friend of the community, One Adam 12. Now, he had mentioned, why don't you go ahead and list a couple figures that released in 2025 and mention to the panel to decide, are they lumps of coal if you receive them under the Christmas tree? Or they wouldn't be up to the Christmas, they'd be in the thing, right? But by the chimney, or would they be stocking stuffers? So as you see here, Santa, very, very happy to receive that deluxe Wolverine, as you see there. But, he's kind of upset with you, and he's giving you that blue and gray Batman. So I'm going to give you guys a couple choices. I'll just have everyone go ahead and go through. It's 6 figures that released this year. Go ahead and let me know if Santa left you this, or maybe your significant other, if you don't believe in Santa. If they left you this figure, would they be a lump of coal, or would it be a stocking stuffer? Let's look at our choices here. Ooh, all right. Fellas, I'm going to go next to Dave. Dave, let me know of these choices. If you opened up, it's only one of them, so you only got one of these, but let me know for each individual one what you believe it is. If you only got one of these, which one would you be so happy to receive? And which one would you be like, oh, Santa, can I get that return label?
Oh, yeah. Well, obviously, for me, if it's going to be one, it's going to be Wolverine in the brown suit. It's my favorite Wolverine suit. And the Wolverine's my my sweet baby boy. I have to have Wolverine. But if we're talking just a big old steaming turd, it's gonna be that blue Batman. Oh, that guy. That's just as well. I don't know what they were eating when they laid that, but they need to see their doctor. Your crap should not be that color. All right. But yeah, that's a that's for people.
So
that's for people like Philly who can really make it look good. This is not for the Batman fan. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Screw that. This is not for the Batman fan. This is for the customizer who can do something with it and turn it into gold. This is straight up crap.
What about the rest of them? So, you picked the top one that you'd want to get, and then the one that you believe is a lump of coal. But what about the other ones, Dave? I
think Loki is really good. I'm very much looking forward to having him in my collection. He'll tie everything together. He's going to be the guy who brings all the disparate parts of the collection through multiverse control together. It's going to be great. And Anakin, which one is this? Is this number 6 or number 2?
This is Vader. This is the Darth Vader version. Sith Apprentice.
The first one or the second one?
The one I think that's the Japan exclusive one.
This is my point. We've had how many of this friggin' guy in the last year, and it's like it's all the same. Hey, I'm happy for whoever likes Anakin. You're getting a lot of him. Good, congratulations, I guess. But I mean, he's kind of meh as far as I'm concerned. He's not great. He's not crap. It's not a bad figure. It's just, yeah, woo, another Anakin. All right, so we got Joker here, and this is a pretty good character, a good figure, I think. I've not seen him in person, but I wouldn't mind having him. I think he's a good present. And the T800, of course, also. It's a great present right there. I think that's a good one.
Okay, so technically the only one that would be a lump of coal would be the Batman for you?
Oh, yeah. Big old fossilized coal turd.
A blue turd.
All right, Harrison, you helped me pick one of these. One of them was actually released in 2024, so I had to change it to that Wolverine. But other than that, you picked these ones, so let me know. What do you think?
I think they're all ones that a lot of people will like in their own different way. But when it was the gift thing, I was looking at it as if I was to receive any of these, I wouldn't be unhappy because it'd be a gift. So in that regard, they're all good in their own way, even the blue Batman, even if it's my least favorite one. But they're all really good for what they are. I mean, the one that I'm most looking forward to out of these is obviously the Loki. I'm getting that one in soon, so I'm very excited for that one. But again, even that one, we're talking about so many different figures and so many different variations of figures now. I'm sure we're going to get another Loki coming with Doomsday. That's the same with a lot of these. Like X-Man was just saying with Anakin, there's so many different versions of him. Even the Joker, you've got the choice between in-art and hot toys. Wolverine, how many Wolverines have we got now? Terminator, clean, battle damage, in-art's coming into it. So there's just so many different variations to all of these now. And it's whether you're going to pick up certain ones of each of them or pass on all of them and wait for new ones. But I mean, out of these few, I've got 2 of them, and a future Anakin, I'm going for the sculpted one. But they're all really good in their own way. Even the blue Batman, as much as I dislike it, I know a lot of people are really enjoying that figure. So who am I to judge?
I'm judging.
Absolutely. Phill, what do you think?
So you know, I'm judging you.
Obviously the stocking filler would have to be the T800. Really looking forward to getting that. The coal, probably the same as everybody else, is going to be the blue and grey Batman. But like Harrison said, I mean, I don't think I'd be disappointed if I had any figure. I don't think there are that many figures where I think, God, why have you bought me this? But out of those there, if there was one that I was gonna try and trade off, it would be the Batman.
Okay. What about you, Vita? What are we thinking?
So I basically agree with Phill, really. But if you're gonna take from perspective from like the figures you don't have, so essentially we have Joker and we have T800. So I don't care for those, and I don't want to get the second one, essentially. I don't care for Batman, and I agree with Dave on this one. So I probably would want either the brown suit Wolverine or maybe Mr. Loki. And I think I would rather have Loki, actually, now thinking about it. Just because we still have the blue and yellow Wolverine, so I'm not that fussed to have the brown suit one, and I do not like that head sculpt there anyway. So yeah, I would choose Loki and don't care for the others because 2 of those we have.
Okay, reasonable. So you wouldn't want it in, under the Christmas tree or in the stocking stuffer, right? Because you already have those. So that makes sense. Jim, you're living in the same household. What are your answers? Are they the same?
Pretty much the same, actually. To be fair, I mean, going with for the sake of the game, the co-option would be the blue Batman, and then the one I'd be most excited to see under the tree would probably be the Loki, just because, like I said, we've got the in-art 2-pack of the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. I've got the T800, had the Anakin, moved him on. We've already got a better Wolverine in the brown suit, so that'll probably be how that kind of works out. So yeah, simples.
Philly, what are we thinking?
Let's face it, we're all 1/6 scale figure collectors, so anything that is not a 6 scale figure would be a Cole, like maybe a Mayfix or a Todd McFarlane, but but yeah, no offense to the 1/12 scale collectors. Sorry, Lou, I love you, man. But I did collect McFarlane figures back in my day, but now it's all about 1/6. But yeah, I mean, even the Batman, I mean, it's the least favorite of the community, but it's still a figure. It's still crafted and detailed, and all the work that goes into it. Anybody can appreciate it. Any figure that is made by Hot Toys in art, doesn't matter what kind of character, it's still art because it's just the work that goes into it. So but yeah, yeah, Lou says he collects everything, so yeah, it's all good, man. But yeah, I would say all of them. I take all of them. I am, it's the time of giving to the needy, and I'm the needy, so give me all of them.
All right. And lastly, Shane, what are we thinking?
Man, some of these answers are so diplomatic. You gotta love it. Yeah, like I'm gonna take the T800 out of there anyway because it's already pre-ordered. It's on the way, so like that wouldn't be in my stocking because it's on the way. I think the brown suit Wolverine is the ideal stocking stuffer for me because I like it. It's from a good movie. I want it, but it's the same as the TVA Wolverine or X-23. I really like them from good movies and I want them, but I just can't buy them for myself because I have to draw the line somewhere, and I have the deluxe yellow and blue, and it just scratches all the itches, So, but that'd be one I'd be like, oh, I'm delighted that I probably wouldn't buy it for myself, but if it popped up in the stocking filler, I was like, oh yeah, this is perfect for a stocking filler. Mm-hmm. Red Suit Joker and the rest of them, like they'd be just like I have the inner 4-pack, like. But look, based on a logic where Anakin or that Artisan Joker or that Loki and the blue Batman end up in the stocking, they'll all be sold essentially. That's what I would do with them. Like gift or no gift, I'd be like, don't you know me at all? I really appreciate it, but you should have asked first. Like, I'm sorry. I know you're supposed to go, oh, that was a gift. It's the thought that counts. I'd be like, man, run it by me, Megan, because the only person's ever going to buy me any of these are Megan. She wouldn't, like, she'd usually run it by me or ask me to put together a wish list. Like, so, yeah, the lump of coal is the Batman for me. And then the other three, even though I wouldn't want them in the collection, because I have the Joker 4-pack and I have no interest in the Loki or the Anakin, it'd be just like, okay, what one can I get the most money from? And that would probably be the Artisan Anakin, I'd imagine. So, yeah.
Okay. No, absolutely understand that. So you're saying basically if Megan didn't ask you, she wanted to surprise you. Maybe she asked one of us and we thought it'd be hilarious. Buy him the God Loki. And you got that.
You'd be blocked and you'd never see on the show again. I'd be like they're so expensive. That's an expensive joke. Like it's just not right. That would be just plain mean. I'd never do that to you, Jose. How dare you? I'd be like, no, he likes this. He likes this. So yeah.
He loves God Loki. He wants that one. Buy him that one.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for sharing. Collector Joey is here. I want to give him a shout out. I know he was going through a couple things personally, and I just want to shout him out, let him know that we love him. And he's a former competitor on the show. He's always welcome here. So whenever you feel like it and you want to be back and join us, Joey, you're always welcome here, man. So shout out to you, my guy. X-Man says, I would classify McFarlane as Cole. Well, all right. Understandable. Sal says, honestly, the Batman is such an easy pick. So if it weren't on the list, I would say the brown Wolverine would be the lump of coal for me. Interesting. A lot of people really like that one. So
Boo this man! Boo this man!
I should have got that one. I should have got that clip. That would have been perfect. What is this? Bob is still here. He says Shane is the guy who would like a teener in an envelope for the secret
tenner.
Santa.
It's like it's like €10 or $10. Like, don't get me anything, just give me the money. Like, and I responded 20, Bob, 20. Don't be cheap. We actually did Secret Santa yesterday. It was the last day of school. We had a half day, and we had staff did Secret Santa, and I always I think like in the staff, I think you're nearly better off getting someone that you don't really know that well, because they'll probably like try to find out what you like and make an effort. Whereas if I get one of the lads, they'll get me something which is just funny, as in like a little dig, like a joke. So someone like got me a really nice gift. It was like a small bottle of Jameson Irish whiskey, a selection box which only had like white chocolate in it, and I love white chocolate. I like all sorts of chocolate, like I really like white chocolate. Someone was obviously listening or paying attention. And then like a mug, like a tea mug or coffee mug with the periodic table on it, but it was done in can you lick it or not. So it was like it had the elements that were green that were safe enough to lick, like oxygen, nitrogen, you're technically licking them right now. And then it was all the other ones going, yeah, probably won't kill you. And then there's other ones going, yeah, you're going to the morgue. And I was like, whoever did that was like, it was a lot of thought gone into it, and it was kind of pretty cool gifts, like. So yeah, I wouldn't actually like the €10. The gift was better.
No, that's very cool. Very cool. Yeah, we had a half day over there at the school too. But yeah, I didn't get any special gifts like that. So I don't know. Now I'm jealous. All right, guys, we're going to move on to the next segment. Now, actually, we're going to just talk about figures, because then if we don't talk about figures, people get upset. So, I mean, that technically we did talk about figures, but, the new latest and greatest we have currently. I wanted to pull this up. Now, this one was pretty interesting that this was released already. I'm not sure if it released on time or early. Some of you guys will have to fact check me there. But it was interesting to see this. What do you guys think? Let's see if I could pull it up. There it is. Guys, the Endgame Spider-Man artisan version has released. I believe the sculpted also released at the same time. I don't know if their photos are there for the sculpted as well. But this artisan Spider-Man's an interesting one. A lot of people are saying it may be the best likeness now, especially now with the rooted wool implementation hair, so on and so forth. What do we think about this? I want to go first to Shane. Now, Shane, I know you really like Endgame. You like this Tom Holland Spider-Man. Did you put this one on order?
I didn't, but you're right. I do like Endgame. Tom Holland is my Spider-Man, and I think this suit, while I like this suit, I know a lot of people don't like this suit because it's, Iron Spider-Boy or whatever like that. But hey, look, I like Iron Man. I like what they did with the Stark thing. I do like the design in this. And this is the one he has the most screen time with It features in Infinity War, Endgame, No Way Home, Far From Home, and I think it's actually in a case, like a Hall of Armor thing at the end of Homecoming, if I'm not mistaken. So he has a lot of screen time with this and some really, really pivotal moments in the MCU. We talk about 2.0s and 2.0s, as in the 2.0s are the ones that are like 2.1, like 1.5s. They just phone it in. Bane is a great example of a good 2.0. The Armored Batman is a great example of a 2.0, and I think this one joins those ranks as well. The super portions are improved. The legs are actually more scaling right. The head sculpt is definitely, it's definitely better than its predecessor anyway. The hair actually looks pretty good for, like, I was thinking this was going to be a complete mess with the short artisan hair. Got a bit of battle damage on his face and stuff like that, although the suit is really clean. A nice base. You got Mjolnir, you got the Thanos gauntlet, and this is LED powered. This is an example of a 2.0 done right. I don't have it on order, but I want it. But I'm not a completionist, but I do have, out of all the lines, probably Dark Knight Endgame, I do have a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, but like they're the lines which I have most complete, but I mean I might only still have them half complete, if that makes sense. But this is the further we get away from Endgame, it's aging like fine wine. It really is. Nice Pool was wrong when he said it's been all straight up since Endgame. We know that's not true. And putting together an Endgame display, not obviously behind me like this in the one figure per shot, but in like a group setting, that would appeal to me. So the figures like this, or not the artisan one, or the sculpted one that I prefer that, or even going back and getting the cheap Nebula and whatever, that does appeal to me. But no, I don't have an order. I just can't. I can't afford it. I just can't afford it. So I don't think we hear collectors say that enough. It's like I have to. There's about 12 figures in front of this I'd rather get. So yeah. So that's pretty much it. I think it's great though. I really want it. I want it.
Wait a minute, maybe this one could be one of those stocking stuffers, right?
Yeah. Go ahead, guys.
Megan?
Get me one of these. Thank you so much.
Philly, what do we think about this Spider-Man? Do you have this one on order?
Yeah, I do actually. The artisan. I have the original 1.0, and it's actually one of the very first figures that came out from the Infinity War. I believe it was Infinity War line. Yeah. So there's a lot of drastic updates and improvements, and I had to jump on it. I mean, it's artisan with the wool hair. You have the seamless electronics, which is really cool. If you saw that, you plug it in through the back of the heel of the foot, which is really awesome. And I wish they could start making like that, all the stuff like Iron Man. That'd be really dope, where you can hook it up behind the foot and you can, it'll be seamless. So, and it looks like they did a lot more accuracies with the scale, with the tentacles or the legs and the arms, and the suits a little more detailed. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I don't know what I'm going to do with my 1.0. It's too old to sell, and I'm going to just probably end up with 2. So.
All right, and what do we think? The Jim Collector, what do you think about this Spider-Man? Do you have a Tom Holland Spider-Man? Just confirm for me. And is this one that you would want to add?
So no, I don't have. The only Spider-Man I have in the collection is that Japanese one. So I'm Tom Holland-less in the collection there. So I don't have one. I would be tempted by this, to be quite honest, because it looks phenomenal. Let's be honest, that likeness is good. The wool hair from the few that we've seen in hand actually looks like it's holding up pretty well figure to figure. So maybe it's looking up on the QC there. I mean, I feel like the last couple we've had have looked a lot better. I mean, Black Widow being one of them, like the rooted hair on that, I think is really, really nicely done. The big thing that stood out for me in this figure that I like, yes, it's USB and that's really cool, but did you see it plugs in on his like ankle, which I think is insane and a really good idea that they've done that, because it's going to make it so much easier to hide that wire now when he's plugged in. So just like plugs into the back of his foot. I just thought that was really cool. The light up effects do look really nice as well. So yeah, I think this is good. I don't have it on PO. I don't know if I'll pick it up, but this could be one if I ever found it a good deal. and there wasn't much coming out, I could look to pick this up because it does look really good.
Now, Vita, you just heard him considering buying this. Would you allow that in your household for him to buy this Spider-Man? Would you want this in your collection?
Yes, 100%. This looks amazing, actually. Unfortunately, we need to sit down and have a chat about upcoming figures because we need to manage our expenses better upcoming years because there are bigger events coming in life.
We have big plans, yes.
So yeah, we need to think about it. And you know, I don't really care much about the Spider-Man we have at home. That was purely kind of Jim's choice, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, you go nuts and choose whatever you like. But wouldn't be my choice. I'd much rather have the Spider-Man anytime, any day. Like, honestly, I was so tempted to order it already, but I was like, I have to be the responsible adult in the household, so it's tough to be one. But yeah,
I hear you, but
I would love it. I would love it.
It sounds, Jim, it looks like you got the door wide open right there on this figure. So, you know, just saying.
It does.
No wide open doors anywhere.
maybe a window slightly open. You can just go through the window real quick.
Open somewhere.
Yeah.
A doggy door.
Phill, what do you think about this Spider-Man? Do you have a Spider-Man in the collection? I know you don't really collect a lot. Is that correct?
I've got a few of the Endgame. The only Spider-Man I've got is the comic book that was released years ago now, wasn't it? And I'm quite happy just to keep that. The head sculpt is incredible on this. The only thing for me is that if I was picking this up, I would prefer Spider-Man to be displayed with the Spidey mask. So in a sense, it'd just be a waste of money for me to sort of invest in this for the head sculpt when I probably wouldn't display it with the head sculpt. But yeah, outstanding figure. I'm not picking it up, but really good.
All right. What do we think, Harrison? Do you have a Tom Holland Spider-Man in the collection, or is this one you're looking to get?
Yeah, I do have a Tom Holland. I've got the Far From Home one. So that one does the job for me for now. This one is really, really good though. As Shane was saying, it's one of the better 2.0s. They've actually done a lot of work. I totally forgot they even had light up features until it came out. So that was a nice surprise to see. I think it's definitely one of the better artisans that we've seen. That hair looks like it's been done really well from what I'm seeing with in-hand pictures. I would have liked to see what the sculpted would have looked like compared to this as well. Just like the Loki had an artisan and a sculpted, and the sculpted looked better for me. So it would have been nice to see the difference where they didn't have any pictures of the sculpted one, which is interesting. But yeah, as a whole piece, it's really good 2.0. I think it's a little bit of a downgrade from the prototype, but nothing crazy, just what we usually expect. Definitely, I would say probably the best Tom Holland we've got yet, but we're so close to another Spider-Man movie that we're no doubt going to get another one from that as well. So I think I'll hold out for now and see if I prefer a new one from that one.
Yeah, that makes sense. You didn't pick up the one for the Final Swing one then, is that correct? You didn't get that one?
No, it didn't go for that one. I don't like the shine on that one too much.
Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't mind it, actually. I know Shane has it in the collection too. I personally really like it. I don't really see a significant difference with the new suit that they're doing for the new movie. So I'm not sure I'd want to get the new one personally, but I don't know. Things might change. It might be so much better. It might be an artisan. The hair might look really, really good, but I'm not certain. Shane, you want to jump in there real quick?
Just the new movie, like, it kind of has some big boots to fill, because I know that you're a No Way Home fan and I'm a No Way Home fan, and like, I wonder, like, I think the anticipation of the movie and the build up would probably be, I would say it's going to be maybe as big as No Way Home, but possibly slightly less, because we're so far removed from Endgame, and the I find the hype for going to the cinema and stuff like that is I think globally not as big as it was, because people want to stay at home. They got these lovely, like, you know, kitted out home cinemas and all this kind of stuff, and you know, people don't want the hassle of people being in their seats or people talking during a movie or whatever. So I mean, I'm still, I'd imagine it'll be a juggernaut of a movie, like, and I want it to be good, but it'd be pretty big boots to fill to try and top or surpass No Way Home if you're a fan of No Way Home. Like, I was definitely a fan of it. So you know, it's, if the movie, I think you'll change your mind if the movie is an absolute home run banger. And like, I right now I'm kind of going, I think I'm set. But if the movie is a home run banger, that just changes everything. If it's a 3-star movie, it's easy to hang on to the final swingsuit. Do you get what I'm saying? Is Jose there?
Yes, yeah, I'm here. Yeah. Sorry, I put myself on mute so that way you guys don't hear that.
Yeah, I got
background noise. No, yeah, I absolutely agree. I think if it's decent, then I'll be like, I'm okay with the one I have. You know, like, I won't be looking to get the new one. But if it's so much, like, it's a great film, and I really love the suit, and there's the likeness is improved, and everything else is better, then at that point I might be like, okay, like maybe I do sell this one off, and then I get the new one. So interesting. X-Men, I think you have not commented on this one. You have any thoughts on this Tom Holland Spider-Man release?
Shane said everything that I would have said. It is a fantastic upgrade. It is all done very well. The one thing I will add is I do think that they're flying a little close to the sun with the artisan line, trying to do it on like figures like this. This didn't need the artisan treatment. This was not necessary. The sculpted figure is fantastic. It's such short hair. Yeah, the artisan hair looks fine on what we're seeing here, but for another $120, nah, bruh. It ain't necessary like that. But it's a great figure nonetheless, and I would be very, very glad to have it. But I've got the 3 that I need from No Way Home. I can do the meme. I'm good.
I agree with Dave. There should be, you know, this is like a artisan. There should be other short hair figures they should do, like Wolverine or Superman before this. So, I mean, they're cashing out, I guess. But
considering how short it is, though,
with this one,
it's pretty damn good.
What's that, Vida?
A while ago, I actually saw this like similar sculpt where someone did the custom work on it, and it had magnetic like hair swaps and such. It looked pretty amazing, and I still don't understand why we're not getting more of them, because we had it for Batfleck, and I think that was like good feature to have. And then I saw
John Wick too.
Yeah, it's just like gives so many more options as well. And the custom one I saw as well, the person made like a sweat or wet like water droplets. It just made like that sculpt just looking like 3D. And like I saw this and I thought this is so close to that custom sculpt I saw. It was like I think a few months ago now, but yeah, when I saw, I was like very excited because it looks like an amazing quality. Like the likeness is spot on.
There's also that fine line of when it comes to short hair. There's a fine line whether it looks, you know, genuine or it looks like the dude's just wearing a wig, and he's right around that fine line.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Though.
Yeah,
that looks so good.
That is really, really cool.
Damn, that looks good.
Keith Lee, this is something that you might be interested in. X-Men, if they do an artisan Wolverine, what do you think about that?
Well, they are doing the Age of Apocalypse Weapon X. So
yeah, they're doing the longer hair one, but I'm talking about like a short, like the perfect hair would be from you know, it's not a favorite movie, but X-Men Origins, that hair he had there looked the perfect comic accurate Wolverine hairstyle. So
it looked pretty good. It did look pretty good. As garbage as that movie is, he looked really good. That was the best jacket that Wolverine ever had, was in that movie. That was great.
Best version of Deadpool too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just the most like why don't they make a figure of that? But
careful now. They might hear you.
But I feel like Wolverine.
That could be your next challenge. Figure challenge.
Oh God!
Kill me. Just kill me. Wolverine's hair, at least in the movies, has been so short and just so, put, usually, that I really don't see a need for Artisan in that case. I think the short hair in general just does not, as good as Hot Toys have gotten at making sculpted hair, it's just not necessary. There are figures that I wish had been that aren't, like we're about to talk about one actually, but I think maybe they could apply that better in other cases. But short hair, it just doesn't need to happen.
Okay, well, what about Christopher Reeves? Would you want that in rooted hair or sculpted hair?
I would want that to be sculpted because I would be
disagree.
worried about. I'd be worried about messing it up. I'd be worried about messing it up.
Yeah, but you gotta love that hair. That's a classic hair look. The Superman,
it's great hair. Yeah,
is yeah,
but if Hot Toys do it again, like their sculpted hair is just so good. At this point, I wouldn't spend the extra money on it.
I'm wondering if that's why we didn't see any of the sculpted pictures on this Tom Holland. I wonder if it does look as good, if not better, because their sculpting is just so good now. We keep saying it. The Loki was the same. The sculpt. I felt that the sculpted hair was sufficient. Didn't have any of the gluing issues. It looks great, and all of those sort of Loki pictures are right at the end, sort of hidden away almost right at the end. And then with this one, you just don't have any of the sculpted version. I'm just wondering if they're sort of like, we're doing such a good job with the sculpted, people aren't buying the Artisan.
I will say what's great about the Artisan hair for this is it's supposed to be all messy. So you can kind of let yourself go a little wild with this one, and it'll probably still look really good. So I think that's why that first Anakin looked so great, the prototype, and then all of a sudden the actual production didn't really bode very well. Yeah, but this one, and this is why I like that they did Artisan with the Age of Apocalypse Weapon X, because his hair is supposed to be wild and out there. And I'm going to just do so much stuff with that guy's hair just to see what I can do with it. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic.
All right. Did everyone get to comment on this one? Believe we did. All right. I'm going to move the show forward. There's one I'm really excited about. I got this one on order. I'm going to go to Shane right away because I know he's been debating about this one. I don't know if he's still debating now, but I know that this one looks really good. I know I want it. Is this something that you're considering maybe going back and placing an order on this one? Let me know. It is right here. It's the... Oh my goodness, where is it? Why is it not showing up? There it is. The X-23. Now, I know, Shane, you've always been adamant that you would prefer the one from the film that you like the most, which is Logan. However, this one looks really, really good. It's available now. Shane, are you thinking about it? I know you love Deadpool and Wolverine as well.
Yeah. In order of preference, my number one would be to have her from Logan. But in order to get that, I need an actual fully licensed Hot Toys Logan. Logan's a masterpiece. Logan is the best movie that Hugh Jackman played Wolverine in. It's a 5-star movie. It just gets better. I watched it when it first came out. I loved it. I recently watched it about last few months again. And I was like, man, I've forgotten how good this was. And I've forgotten how good the kid is in it. She is just a vicious little demon child, and I love every minute of it. So that'd be the one. Number two would be the look. She has a very kind of like her Wolverine counterpart look, like her basically in the kind of similar hero suit, whatever you want to call it, but that hasn't been released yet. But we know either Doomsday or Secret Wars, that is coming. But that's number 2 because it hasn't actually been released yet. This is probably number 3 on the list. Because they're not going to do the Logan one. They're not going to do a kid. They don't make child characters. It's not going to happen. Forget about it. Logan might happen, but they're never going to give us a little like Baby Grogu style X-23 or whatever. This turned out great. I really think it turned out great. I think the likeness is good. I think I wouldn't actually want Artisan for that. I don't know. I just think the swap out hair is pretty cool. I like the way you have the motion effect, and you have the separating eyeballs features, and you have the neutral hair or the wavy hair. I like the look of the seamless arms. I know she's in a civilian, kind of a normal clothes, but I just think it works. I think it works with the backpack and the shades on and off, and it's very cool. It's very cool. I want it, but this is one of the ones I pass on a lot of the things I like to get the things I love, and yeah. So now if I watch Logan now, I'll be in trouble. Like Collector Joey said, I'll probably get this. I think this turned out great. Yeah. My AirPods are dying. I'm gonna mute myself for a while.
No worries. Harrison, what do you think about this X-23? Are you collecting this line? Is this one you even considered?
It's definitely one I did consider, especially now with how good it looks. But I try not to do lines. I try to cherry pick because I just like so many different things. So I've got the Deadpool and I've got the Wolverine, and that's me done for this line. But it's very, very tempting. But then when you get her, then you're going to want the rest. You want Blade and then Gambit. And so, no, it's definitely one I'm passing on. But I think it might have even turned out better than the prototype. I think it looks really, really good. And yeah, I agree with the hair. I wouldn't want this to be artisan at all. I think that they've done a really good job with the sculpted, and you can get a lot more different posing with the action hair rather than artisan, because you couldn't do that unless you physically style it with products. You're not going to be able to get that sort of style with the hair anyway. So I think sometimes the sculpted hair, you can just do more with it, and I'm quite happy with the fact that she doesn't have it. So yeah, great piece, really, really good piece.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Phill, what are you thinking about this X-23? How did she release? Do you think she looks better than the prototype? Is this a character you like? Is this something you considered?
Yeah, I love the character. Again, I loved her initial appearance in Logan. The likeness is there. They've even got, I think the glasses are pretty good with this, considering they tend to be rubbish at making glasses. But I'm kind of opposite to everybody else. I don't like the hair in this. I think it looks like long strands of licorice. It just doesn't feel right to me. Everything else is fine, but I don't like the hair on this.
I'm with you, Phill.
I mean, she's probably not going to make it into the collection because, I think, like Harrison just said, I've got the Deadpool and I've got the Wolverine, which is probably enough from this movie for me, but never say never. But yeah, pleased to see the release. It looks really good, and I do believe looks better than the prototype.
Yeah, I really, really like how this came out. Now, I'm a little bit on you. I don't hate the sculpted hair on this one. I think it's okay, but I do get that feeling that you were sharing, Phill, in terms of kind of the licorice a little bit. I don't know if sometimes it's just because it's like the brown black coloring and it kind of gives it that look. This is one actually
sharpening.
Yeah,
it could just be the sharpening in the sort of post edits, but it looks too much to me.
This is one that I actually talked to Tina, who does the rooting. I talked to her when it first was announced, and I was like, "Do you think you could do this?" She's like, "Oh yeah, I could do this, no problem." So that's one I'd be tempted to send her away and get rooted by her. And
she'll do an amazing job. Yeah, she's gonna kick ass on that job because it can be done. They just choose not to do it.
What do you think, Vita? What do you think about this awesome character X-23? Her interpretation in the film, is that a character you enjoy?
I don't care much for this character, if I'm honest. I'm happy for those who wanted the figure and who, pre-ordering and such. I think the figure itself looks pretty good. The likeness is there for sure. I don't like the hair that much. I'm a bit Phill and Philly on this. Especially I don't like the action hair. All I can think of, if she falls, would like those strands break, and then I would just have broken off bits basically on one of the like hair sculpts. So I probably wouldn't pose over the action hair, just because I would constantly would be anxious that she's gonna fall and those strands are gonna break off. But overall, it looks pretty good figure. But I don't care for it. I don't need it in a collection. It looks awesome. Would be cool to take some pictures of it, but it's not the necessity I need in a collection, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah, no, absolutely, that's fair. But Jim, would you consider getting it for yourself, despite what Vita thinks?
No, I don't. It does look excellent, and it would be nice to have that representation. But I'm kind of on the same boat as Shane. I'd like it predominantly from Logan. I mean, Logan's my favorite comic book film, so that would be my go-to. But for some reason, Hot Toys are just not interested in making anything from that film. So, which always boggles my mind. So I probably wouldn't pick this up, but I agree with the other guys. I think it does look phenomenal. The head sculpt's really strong. The likeness is really strong. Hair, I'm not too fussed on. I think he looks fine. Rooted would have been an interesting way to go. They probably could have got away with that as a limited figure. It might not have had the pull for a limited run, though, to be quite honest. It's always hard to tell. But yeah, I think it came out really nice, but it's not something I'd get. Like Harrison said as well, I like a lot of different IPs, so I have to cherry pick. So I can't normally go very deep into any one line. Rather, I'll cherry pick something that will represent that entire line for me. And yeah, like a lot of the guys, I have Deadpool and Wolverine, and that about does it for the Deadpool and Wolverine representation, to be fair. So yeah.
No, yeah, that's 100% fair. Deadpool and Wolverine, just together. I've seen how you had them in the display. I know Shane does something similar where they have both of them. Usually, I know you guys are single figure shelf guys, but you have them together and it just works perfectly. So
we can make
I think that. Yes. I want to go to Philly. Philly, is this one you were thinking about?
Yeah, I'm gonna add it despite the hair situation. It looks great. It looks great, good enough. But like Phill and Vita were saying, here's the thing, and this is my opinion. Obviously, everybody's entitled for their own opinion, but we were very excited to get the whole rooting aspect taken over by Hot Toys, especially since Inart kind of killed it with that. They started doing it. They didn't really execute it. So now you can see that they're going back to sculpted, and they actually gotten good at sculpted. But people are saying, because the rooting is not really great, now we're going back to sculpted. But back in the day, we used to say we want rooted. And sure enough, they didn't execute. So now we're going back to sculpted. So now the trend is like, I like the sculpted hair, and it looks good. They did a great job, but to get that level of realism, you have to go with every aspect with, the silicone, the mixed materials, the mixed, media, and you want to do rooted. And a good fine example, like you said, is Tina. Tina is a master at her craft, and I can't wait to see what she does with this, if you're really going to be serious. And I think she can do a really good job, and I think Hot Toys needs to take a lesson from her book, and they need to improve that. They can't just like back out on it, because I have the Joker. I like the Joker, the artisan one, but if you look really close, it's not really, they didn't really execute it very well, and so forth with the rest of them. And like this Peter Parker one, the Spider-Man, it's I'm kind of torn. It's like, it looks good, but it doesn't look good. It looks like a wig, but it doesn't look like a wig. And you see Inart, they're doing a better and better job. Look at Thorin. That thing is amazing. So, I think they need to take another crack out of the artisan. They need to probably, instead of gluing the hair, they gotta probably start with the rooting, like Inart does. I don't know how it's going to be done since they're doing mass production in those figures, but that's their job. Let them figure it out. But as for this figure, yeah, I'm getting it. It's X-23. I'm looking forward to the suit. I'm kind of a big Wolverine fan, like Mr. X-Men over here. So you gotta have this. So and I can't wait. They gotta give us Elektra. They gotta give us Gambit.
Where are those? Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Where are those? Yeah. Okay. Well, lastly, X-Men, but not least, I know you're excited about this one. Tell me why you're excited. Do you have it on order? How soon is it coming?
I just love legacy characters so much, and I love anything to do with Wolverine. Obviously, I was there when she first showed up in X-Men Evolution, and it was crazy. And when I saw her in the trailer for this, I fucking cried, dude. I was so happy to see her come back. Like, she was so great. She was so great in Logan. She was the best actor in that film. Honestly, it was ridiculous how good she did. And this is just a great character all around. This may be the time that I go and talk to Tina, because I don't
get on her list, my man.
I've noticed an issue now. I've noticed an issue with the split hair that I've not seen with other sculpted hair, and there's always a problem with the back piece. It likes to like somehow go discolored and get this weird like white-ish film over it. That's easy enough to remove, but what is that? Why does that happen? I've only ever seen it with the figures where the hair comes apart. And I just don't understand. Is it a different material that they use? It's got to be something like that. And I don't want that happening with her. But more than that, I want to be able to, I don't like sculpted long hair, because one, yeah, it might be malleable, but put her in any position you want to have her head. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it without having to friggin' like bend something around and have weird floaty hair bits that don't need to be there. And you get that weird hair gap where the back of it, if they're looking down, is sticking out for no reason. I hate that so much. And I really don't want that with her. So I may have to do something about that. I may get two and just, have one, that I can have, and have the time that Tina's got her where I still have one, because I don't want to have like a missing head. That's just weird. But like, this is a great looking figure. They did a good job with her. I love Daphne Keane so much in this role. I want to see her come back. I want to see her as the new Wolverine, possibly in the upcoming, films that we get, because that's her trajectory. That's what we need. I want to see her in a super suit, man. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, I gotta have her. I wish that she was a fully seamless body, only because you get these characters that have these, these very tight, like she's got these pants and she's got these boxy hips with the weird joints, that just, it doesn't quite look right. And it's fine. This is what I have to work with, so I'll get it. But I would much prefer, they started doing something like that. It works really well when people like InArt do it. And even what we're seeing upcoming with the Jazz Inc. stuff, it just looks better. Like you get the weird knee creases right there. What, knees don't look like that. What is that? But outside of all of those flaws, I'm still very excited for this, and I'm very happy to have her coming into the collection.
It looks like she has knee pads on. You're right, that looks weird.
It looks very, very strange, yeah.
And the hips as well. I didn't even notice that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. No, I definitely agree. I'm not sure what they're doing, but they should definitely take a note from InArt in regards to the body. I know Jazz Inc. is doing something similar for the Catwoman to make it more seamless, so you don't have those type of joints. under the suits, because it is an eyesore when you see things like that. So I definitely agree. Tiny Art Guy, who Bob is still here. Good to see you still here, my guy. He says the hips don't lie.
They do not.
And Sal,
they do
Sal
not.
says, he says those creases and weird hip section are exactly why I won't ever pick up figures like this, regardless if it's my favorite character. Wow.
Hey, I can see that. That makes perfect sense.
He says, I don't need perfect, but I don't like being taken out of it. Okay. No. I get it. My guy Sal wants a little bit more realism. So I totally get that. All right, guys. I know Shane had one more comment. Here he is. Yes, on X23. Go ahead, jump in. What's up?
Oh, if you go back to, there was a comment there that kind of made me think of this. If you go back to, I think it's 6 scale shills. It said, it seems that Hot Toys only want to use, yeah, that's the one size of eyeball and change the sculpts to accommodate. What's ironic about that is human eyeballs are the same size. Like adult eyeballs are very similar in diameter, like across like the adult age or across ethnicities or anything. There's really only like a mil or two in difference from an adult eyeball. And even babies' eyeballs are not that much smaller than adult eyeballs. They really don't grow that much. They do grow from like a baby to like the first few months in puberty, whatever. Like it's not, that's why babies a lot of time look so cute, because they've got these big eyes, because they're more or less their adult eyes. They only grow a little bit, but when they reach adulthood, like the eyeballs are still more or less the same. So the irony is like that they should be using more or less the same size eyeballs, but what they should be doing is working on the tissue around the eyeballs. The eyelids, the kind of the furrows in the eyebrows, to make the eyes appear bigger or smaller. What stood out to you about In Art Darrell? Anybody?
His eyes are squinting.
Yes, exactly, because he has that kind of like scowling, kind of looks like he smoked a lot, kind of maybe he hasn't slept since 1992 or the start of the apocalypse.
Eastwood, Arnold,
yeah, exactly. You feel lucky, punk. Well, do you?
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, the arrows there is kind of narrow. So I mean, that's because they worked on the tissue around the eye, and I think that's what they need to be doing.
I completely agree with you, Shane, but there is one minor thing that I'm going to bring up against your statement. Is look at Ballerina, and I looked at that sculpt very well, and the reason why her likeness is off is it's missing that small millimeter or tiny little difference of ball of the size of her eyes, because her eyes in life they are bigger than that sculpt. And I think they would, if they would have adjusted
wouldn't that mean that whatever way her eyes are, her in her
likeness
socket,
would
she's
have
got a
been
smaller eyelid?
100%.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making.
No, I'm talking about her eyeballs. Her eyeballs need to be a little bit bigger. And
so then have we use the smaller eyeball for her then?
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say is, and I think that's what 6K Shills is saying, that the eyelids, obviously the lids definitely help, but the size of the eyeballs and the separation, that's what killed the likeness for that ballerina. That's my opinion about that. But I totally agree with you. The eyelids also are part of that, but also the size of the eyeballs, even though they're all similar to each other, that small difference does make up for the likeness. And that's why that ballerina really tanked about the likeness. It wasn't that well done. So, but that's my opinion. But yeah.
Human eyes then differ by a mil or two. And let's say someone with big eyes, then their diameter of their eyes is like a millimeter bigger. Then you need to be like dividing that by 6 and making like the slightest alteration. Like I don't think that's even.
It makes
possible.
A difference.
I think it's the tissue around the eyes that have to be.
Look at the ballerina. Look at the actress, the actual photo, and the sculpt for the ballerina, and let me know. Because seriously, I took a look at it, and literally, because I'm like very detail oriented when it comes to that and the likeness, and I was trying to figure out, because Bob Dylan was really let down with that sculpt, and I tried to kind of figure out and say, well, what did they do wrong? And I looked at it, and it literally was, her face was pretty close to her likeness. It's just that her lips were a little bit off, and the size of her eyes were a little lower than what
I'm looking
she
at it
actually
now,
has in real life.
So you're saying that like the figure of the ballerina, the eyes look too small. Is that what you're saying?
yes, they're slight. They use the normal size eyes, and I think if I know for a fact because I've taken out the eye sockets out of these sculpts and removed them, like kind of how they did with the Anakin Skywalker light eyes and then the dark eyes from Maul. Some of them are smaller, some of them are bigger, so they can change.
Makes no sense though. So some of the eyeballs are actually noticeably smaller in 6 scale than other ones.
Yes, I know so because I've actually pulled them out and put them in different sculpts. But like I said, we're talking about millimeters. But anyways, agree to disagree. I'll just move on. So sorry.
Yeah, Philly, I'm also hearing a little bit of an echo on your end. I'm hearing myself right now. I'm not sure why.
I'll put myself on mute.
Sorry about that. I heard you fine now. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, just for the sake of time, guys, no, excellent discussion there in regards to the eye situation. I can see both perspectives, but I don't know. That's a tricky one for sure. We're gonna move on, guys, because we got a whole matchup to go through, and I want to go through it ASAP because I know a lot of our audience came to see that, so I don't want to keep them waiting any longer. Let's go ahead and move forward, if you guys don't mind. Let me go ahead and get these slides ready here. Here we go. Now, I want to go ahead and bring... I did not share this poster. It wasn't ready because it wasn't finalized at the time of our episode 2 weeks ago, but I can bring it up now. Let's see. Hopefully, there it is. X-Men, you're going to come back after your big win 2 weeks ago against Zord Photographer. You're going to come back and go one-on-one with Connor. And I wanted to go ahead and exclusively show the poster for the first time here on the stream. You excited about this one?
Oh yeah, always happy to come back and do it.
Absolutely. All right.
I love Connor. He's awesome.
Absolutely. So yes, looking forward to that. I believe we're currently in the scheduling phase, but I believe this one will be sometime in the summer. So looking forward to that. Again, real quick, a couple notes for those who did not see the last previous episode. Again, 2 concurrent tournaments, 2 brackets currently happening at the same time. Winners against winners, runner-ups rise again. Ultimate title bout, champion of Burns versus the champion of the Redemption. So again, the clash to determine the ultimate champion. Again, if you win your selective bracket, you'll win $50 US. That is the bounty. The total prize will be 100. So if you will go ahead and win the matchup against the champion of the other bracket, then at that point you would get $100, and that would be to either Sideshow Collectibles or any international equivalent for my international fellas, including a lot of you guys here on this panel. So I am excited about that. Again, guys, very much looking forward to these tournament matchups. Now, again, it has slightly changed. The rules of engagement have changed. The audience now commands the arena. So long story short, what this is, again, we will go ahead and select 4 categories for you guys. The categories are pre-selected. I go through them with Marco. I go through them with Harrison, and we go ahead and discuss some of these. I even show them to you guys, and there's some wiggle room. I definitely want to go strengths and weaknesses for both of you guys and give you the opportunity to either get a audience selection of something that is your strength or the audience selection of something that is your weakness, and having to go ahead and use that to your advantage or disadvantage. So that is currently what is going to happen right now. Now we're currently going to go ahead and select well, actually, before we get there, these are the posters we shared previously. These are the champion bracket. Again, Valkyrie Magnus against KG Collector, Ben Thomas against Vita, who is currently on the panel. Vita, I hope you're excited about that. And also Giovanni, the movie canon, going against our first ever champion, Brick Artemis. And then the Redemption side, upcoming in January, we have Viking Collectibles, Harrison himself going one-on-one with James Jim Collector, One Adam 12 going against Jay Feezy Figures, and Nick Collectibles going one-on-one with Collector Joey. I hope, Joey, you're still here. You can take a look at that poster if you don't remember. I think I shared it with you. But anyways, I want to go ahead, and it is time. Jim and Harrison, I would like the audience to select your theme. Now, I'm currently going to go ahead and select, I'm going to put it in the poll. Now, the poll is currently on my channel. So if you do not have access to my channel, I'm going to go ahead and put a link right now. There it is. It's in the chat. So there it is. I would like for you guys to go ahead and select Jim and Harrison's theme. Now, the themes are these choices. The choices are romantic comedies. They are Disney live action remakes, Will Smith films and 1970s films only. So 1970s would be from 70 to 79, okay? And that is the wiggle room you guys will have. Now, I have launched the poll currently. We will leave the poll on until the end of the both pitches from Phill and Shane. After Phill and Shane have both done their pitches, during the rebuttal and Q&A section, I will end the poll and you guys will know your theme for the next episode. Does that sound all right?
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. Do you get to vote for the one we want?
Absolutely. You do have the opportunity. Go ahead and use your account, use your burner account, use your mom's account. I've done all of those before. So go ahead and do that now. So go ahead and place your votes. I will also ask our panelists that are currently on to go ahead and place a vote. Again, it is on my channel, the poll. I shared the link to my channel currently in the chat. So if you do not see it, go ahead and head over to that side, place your vote, and we will let you guys know what we end up with. Let's see. Oh my, currently in the lead already with 7 votes. Ooh, Harrison, you're going to love this.
I knew this was
currently romantic comedies at 56%.
I knew it. I knew it.
All right, guys. So again, we'll tell you guys the final results. We're going to leave that in for just a few moments and while we hear the pitches. So let's go ahead and move forward. Again, these are our selections. Please go ahead and vote while we leave that poll open. All right. Again, it is main event time. It is the King Shark Redemption Tournament, the first ever matchup on this channel. It is between one six-figure focus Shane against Rogue One Photography Phill. All right, guys, it is time. If you don't mind me, let me indulge in this beautiful, beautiful intro that was made by my man Giovanni. One moment. It is here.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
I just love that video. Thank you to the Movie Canon who made that video for this segment. Thank you so much, Gio. I really, really appreciate you. All right, guys. Now it is time. And now we're going to go ahead and get into the rules. Now, this is just standard procedure stuff. I'm going to skip the Spanish version just for the sake of time, but I'm going to have one of the competitors read this so they know what they're getting into. Phill, please go ahead and read this for me, just so we're aware of all the disclaimers.
Okay, so by participating in this figure pitch game, you acknowledge and agree that any pitch idea or concept presented during the competition is provided freely and without expectation of compensation or further involvement. You understand that by submitting your pitch, you renounce any and all rights, claims or ownership of the correct content presented. You further agree that the pitch and release ideas are now considered fair game for use by said companies and or any other associated parties without legal obligation. By continuing with your participation, you consent to these terms and waive any legal rights or claims to compensation regarding the use of your pitch.
Sorry, Phill,
Beautifully read
because I didn't want to read it.
All right, Shane. In that case, go ahead.
You've got to read the Spanish.
Yes.
Yes.
I'd love to hear you read this in Spanish. He's like, what?
Okay.
God, Shane.
Descargo de responsabilidad al participar en este programa. Renuncies y aceptas que... Are we actually doing this? Like, this is going to be...
You're doing great, man. Good.
It's actually not bad.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Not bad.
hey, Jose, tu eres guapa.
Oh, wow. Oh, you know what?
Hey, dos cervezas, por favor.
Por favor. Hey, man, kissing up to the host. Hey, never a wrong idea. You kind of sound like this.
He's almost too good looking. That would be my main deterrent in, considering a relationship.
I love it. Who
is she talking about?
She's talking about me, man. Who else?
Maybe. Because if Natalie Portman is giving those type of compliments, whoever she was talking about is like some sort of genetic miracle.
Her eyes are too small.
It's a clip from Zoolander. If you've ever seen Zoolander, beautiful. No, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys doing that. Again, you've read the disclaimer. Again, these are the people you guys are pitching to. So again, please be very explicit about who you're pitching to, so we know which hat we're putting on. We try to think through their lenses, through their eyes, through their marketing, through their everything when we are hearing your pitch. Now, based on what I've heard, Shane, you weren't too ready about this pitch. Are you ready to go first?
You're still on mute, Shane.
Clearly, I'm not ready to go first. The type of day I'm having, I thought I was being organized, and I charged my AirPods, and the reason I had to move out there is because they were charging for an hour before the show, but the button wasn't switched on. So yeah, that's the type of day I'm having. I won't be ready right now.
Okay,
I need,
Phill, would you like to go first?
I can still hear him.
Sure thing.
Beautiful. Okay. I like that. I like that, because then at that point, Harrison knows what I'm talking about. All right. Let's go ahead and read the rules again. Like the TV show with the twist. Two competitors must state which company they're pitching to. So again, let us know which pitch. Panelists will represent said company the competitor chooses, and we'll judge accordingly. You'll have 5 minutes to go ahead and make your pitch. Both competitors, after you've pitched, you'll have a quick Q&A and rebuttal opportunity. Guys, I would love for you guys to get a little feisty. Pick apart your competitor's pitch. I know you guys got to be a gentleman. You got to be, no. Rip it apart. If you think yours is significantly better, let us know why. And also, again, lastly, votes from the panel and the live chat will determine the winner. Again, the poll will be on my channel. So if you're not on my channel, to jump over there. And while you're over there, why don't you subscribe to my channel so that way we have a couple more of you guys over there as well joining in on the fun. All right, Phill, we're going to go with yours first. So let me go ahead and bring up yours. And Harrison, would you mind setting up the timer of the 5 minutes? You can put it on your phone if you would like. If you have it right there by you, help me out there while I go ahead and pull up this. Okay, and Phill, since I'm showing yours, just let me know when you would like to change slides. So just let me know next slide, so on and so forth. Okay, beautiful. All right.
Best of luck, Phill.
Cheers, Shane.
All right. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Harrison, is timer ready?
Yep. Ready? We're starting it now.
Okay, so today I am pitching to Hot Toys. Good morning / good afternoon to everybody. Today I want to present a concept that addresses a massive gap in the current sci-fi collectible market. We are looking at a character who arguably saved a 35-year-old franchise. That character, as you can see, is Naru, the protagonist of Prey. Proposed here as a definitive high-end 1/6 scale figure. So let's just take a quick look at why I think this figure needs to exist. So first of all, the business case. If you can just flick through the slide, yes, cheers, Jose. Prey was not just a streaming hit. It was a critical phenomenon, scoring 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, higher than the original 1987 film. However, if you look at the current 1/6 market, it is saturated with Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Star Wars troopers. The collectors are asking for something fresh. The fan base for this film is passionate, but we only have one high-end representation on their shelves. We have the opportunity to be the first to market with a premium Naru, capturing the demand of both the Predator completists and the general cinema collectors. So we'll talk about the sculpt. The success of this figure rests on capturing Amber Midthunder's likeness. I am proposing two interchangeable looks. First, a stoic expression, calm and calculated. And secondly, a battle portrait featuring a signature black eye paint and a more intense gaze. With regards to the hair, to maintain a silhouette without hindering articulation, I suggest a hybrid approach. Sculpted hair for the crown to hold the shape, but with a rooted/real fabric braid. This ensures that when the collector turns her head for a dynamic pose, the braid falls naturally over her shoulder rather than floating in the air. Moving on to the tailoring, this is where we elevate the figure from just a toy to an art piece. The costume is deceptive. It looks simple, but the textures are complex. We need to use high quality faux buckskin that scales correctly. It shouldn't look like the thick leather. It needs to drape softly. It needs to drape like a soft hide. Crucially, because this is a sleeveless design, I strongly recommend using a seamless silicone body for the upper torso and arms. Visible elbow joints would ruin the immersion of this specific character design. The weathering needs to be heavy on the hemline with mud, wear and tear. She shouldn't look clean. She should look like she's hunting. And any good hunter is defined by their tools. The hero accessory, of course, for this figure will be the tomahawk. I propose a die-cast metal head for weight and realism, attached to a rope cord that includes a hidden wire. This allows collectors to pose the weapon mid-throw, capturing the kinetic energy of the film's fight choreography. I will also include the collapsible bow and the distinctive fletched arrows. Finally, for the nuance, the tutsqua, the orange medical flower, is a small detail, but it's a kind of Easter egg that tells fans that we truly understand the source material. So here is my strategy for the upsell of the deluxe version. Naru is rarely seen without sari. By including the 1/6 scale sculpt of the dog, we drastically increase the perceived value and shelf presence. Sari doesn't necessarily need to be fully articulated. A high quality, static polystone statue with realistic fur texture would keep costs manageable while serving as a perfect diorama piece. This creates a must-have package that discourages collectors from settling for a standard release. For the base, I would step away from the standard old black oval. I want the Northern Great Plains, a forest floor design with moss and mud. Textures complements the earth of her outfit. If you want to get ambitious, a mud pit overlay referencing the final trap against the predator would be visually striking and offer a great contrast to the clean bases usually seen with sci-fi figures. So why does this sell? Because of shelf synergy. Most of your customers already own a wolf predator, a scar, or a jungle hunter. Currently, those figures have no one to fight. Naru provides the perfect counterbalance. She scales perfectly against the 14-inch predator bodies, creating a David versus Goliath display that collectors love. Am I out of time? Sorry, Hazen.
That's 5 minutes.
No, I thought it was.
You can finish your comment if you have any last comment.
Okay, so to summarize, we're looking at a 28 centimeter figure on a seamless athletic teen body, mixed media tailoring with heavy weathering, a die-cast arsenal and a companion animal for the deluxe SKU. The market is hungry for this. The IP is revitalized. This is the perfect time to give the collectors the hunter they've been asking for. I'll be going in with a standard edition of $275 and a deluxe edition of $380. Thank you for your time. I hope you have plenty to digest.
That was excellent.
Thank you so much. Excellent. Thank you so much. All right, round of applause, guys. Round of applause. Round of applause. Awesome. Sal, a lot of people are very happy with your pitch. Honestly, hoping this is more than just a pitch in real life. Just been wanting this since the OG Feral was announced. Bob says he'd buy that for $1, maybe $285. And Valkyrie says, I would love a Naru figure, but the actress LO looks like my daughter's best friend. Oh, that might be kind of strange, right? And Bob says 10 out of 10 pitch. All right. Now, before we get into our thoughts on Phil's, we have to jump right into Shane. Now, Shane, you have to follow up on Phill. Let us know. Are you ready?
Good luck, Shane.
Yeah, I think I'm ready now. I also want one of those Naru figures, so well done, Phill.
Thank you, mate. Good luck.
If Hot Toys do it, it won't look as well as that.
There was one hell of a sweat on last, because I sent Jose those photographs last Thursday night, and Friday morning, that Battle Damage Feral was released, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that they didn't drop a Naru because, yeah, well, they probably will, but I'm glad they didn't drop it just yet. No, it looks great. Looks the part as well. So,
good luck, Shane. Thank you, buddy.
All right, should I bring up your slides? Are you ready?
I have it. Yeah, can you see it there, Ian?
I do. There we go.
We ready now? We going?
Yes.
5 minutes, is it?
Yes. Yeah, Harrison, as soon as you got that sorted.
Yeah, we're ready. Starting it now.
Okay, so the movies, I'm pitching to Inart. The movies on the board are in a kind of a unique category of movies. They're all sequels that stem from movies that are very, very high regarded. You've got the 1974 Godfather Part 2, 1983's Empire Strikes Back, 1986's Aliens, 1991's Terminator 2, 2008's The Dark Knight, and then 2024's Dune 2. All movies, fantastic sequels. But because this particular pitch, I was only allowed to use movies in the last 5 years, I wanted to pick a movie that brought people back to the cinema. So what I've gone for is Top Gun Maverick, a sequel that probably blows the original out of the water. 5 stars is my own rating. 96% is the Rotten Tomatoes rating. And this movie not only brought people back to the cinema post-COVID, but it made 1.49 billion worldwide in the theaters. Tom Cruise, one of the dying stars, the dying kind of a breed of actual movie stars, bringing the blockbuster back post-COVID, bringing people back to the cinemas. So my pitch, and thank you very much to Jose for helping me out with all the designs and everything. So my pitch is to Inart, and it's actually there's 3 SKUs. There is a single navy look, pilot look, there is a casual look, which I'll show you later on, and then there is the 2-pack option. So this is $325. You can buy directly from Inart. It has a worldwide license, free shipping, Tom Cruise likeness, screen accurate sculpted hair. They did a great job with the Cavill sculpted hair. This is very, very short, so they're not going the rooted hair on this. They couldn't, unfortunately, get it down to the price of Negan, I believe $269, because Tom Cruise was, we eventually got him around thanks to Viper and John, but the agreement had to be a little bit more expensive than some regular actors. Magnetic purrs, that's the parallel rolling eyeballs system, so you don't get any cross-eyed issues on it. High quality flight suit, flight harness, packs, pouches, detailed helmet, which is wearable, genuine leather boots, and seamless wrists. The base for this will be the deck of the one of the aircraft carriers, not kind of the runway on the aircraft carrier with a stripe. Just a close-up of it. You can also detach all the helmet, all the straps, harness, and keep the flight suit on for just a more, not a casual look, but to say the look for use in training or briefing or debriefing, etc. The bike, unfortunately, is not in the works, but they did talk about doing a bat pod, and depending how this will sells, we'll come back to that later on. The casual look then for $300, you get worldwide shipping, worldwide license, free shipping, Tom Cruise likeness, screen accurate sculpted hair, magnetic parallel rolling eyeball system, white t-shirt, genuine leather jacket with the patches, sunglasses, genuine leather boots, and Charlie's phone number. Yeah, he still has it from 1986, just in case you're wondering. Now, if this goes really well, there is talk of doing the 1986 version, but this has to sell, and I couldn't do that because we had to do post-2020 movies. Now, if it sells really well, they are looking into their first vehicle of a bike. Now, John and Viper have told me, if that goes really well, not only will they do the first one on the bike, they're looking towards a 1/6 scale F-18 Hornet. If that goes well, they might actually do the aircraft carrier. And if that goes well, they might actually bring Goose back to life. Let's never forget, folks. This is Goose. Never forget. You're going to need to full screen me in 1 second there, Jose.
don't think he knows. Do you know how to just double click on the page or the? Yeah, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
This one's for Goose.
Nice.
Never forget, man. Bring him back to life.
Damn.
And that's 5 minutes. Well done.
Wow. That was good, man.
What a way
That
to
was really good.
Rest in peace, Goose. We miss you every day. Rooster's good, but he's no Goose.
That was great.
Be my wingman anytime. Bullshit. You can be mine.
Sorry, playing it on a bass. When you play something on a bass, everything's at least an octave lower. So the guitar, what you hear there is an octave higher. And then because you only have 4 strings, you don't have those notes. So then if you want to actually play it higher, and then part of it actually takes the octave, the same thing, and plays it an octave higher. So none of those octaves I have in the bass, so I had to rework it.
That sounded great.
Oh my goodness.
That was awesome.
Oh
was
my
bad.
goodness. Oh man.
And they won't be. The joke about the aircraft carrier, no, they're not doing the vehicles. It's just the figures, folks.
That's a letdown.
Beautiful. All right, guys, we're going to transition. Awesome. Both you guys, excellent presentations. This one's going to be a tougher one than I thought because Shane, I wasn't sure how much you would bring it, but you brought it. And man, this is going to be so hard for you guys to decide. But before we get into that, we're going to get into the Q&A and rebuttal section. But before we do that, I know you guys already know the answer to this question, Jim and Harrison. It's time to check out your theme selection. Now, currently, let's look at it. We have in the lead at 53% romantic comedies. I'm going to give you guys 1 more minute. If you are currently watching and you have not voted, go over to my channel, vote in the poll, see if you change these guys' fates in any way. If not, romantic comedies will be your selection. All right, rebuttal and Q&A section. I want to go to my special guest judges. We've seen 2 incredible pitches by these 2 gentlemen. I'm going to go to the last winner. You just pitched just 2 weeks ago, X-Man Supreme. Let me know. Now, questions first. Don't give me your selection just yet. Questions for either one of these contestants.
You know, first, I'd like to say that they were both really well done presentations. I love a well done presentation. And top marks for the solo at the end there. Holy wow, that's great. But as someone who has not seen either of these movies, you've both sold me on both of these figures. Like for the way that you've got them all laid out with the accessories and the playability factor. You know, these are toys at the end of the day, and they got to be fun. And these both look very fun. Especially you got a bike and you've got like all of the weaponry and everything else that Naru has. I think they're both. The dog is great if they can hammer out a decent dog finally.
Remember, not your choice yet. Not your choice yet. Just a question.
Yeah. No.
And to be fair, to be fair, the bike is not part of the package. That is not part of the package.
That's okay.
So,
it'll happen. If that
but we can
happens,
throw in some claws if it makes any difference.
He is a better height for Wolverine. So there is that. But I have no questions at all. Like I am I love both. The difficulty is going to be for me to figure out which one do I like more. That's really what it comes down to. I think you both put together a great package. I'm not worried about the cost of the thing, because as collectors, if we want the thing, we're going to buy the thing. Cost be damned. So I'm not worried about that. Whatever the SKUs are, they're going to be there, and you're going to pick one, whichever one you like. Not a factor for me. I just got to decide which one I think is the better sell overall, which character, because it's about the character, right? I got to figure out which one is the better character, which one is not only going to be the most, productive as far as sales go, but which one is going to be the most loved in the fandom, and which one is going to be the most sought after, I guess, is the way to say it. But y'all have given me a lot to consider, man. It's y'all did good. Y'all did good. These are good choices.
Okay. Well, thank you for your thoughts there. That's okay. You can be overwhelmed with both presentations and not have a question ready to go. I completely understand that. Before we transition to anyone else, guys, I'm going to officially close the poll. I'm going to share the final results here for our next show. And currently, we're going to close the poll. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. See if I can get that working. There it is. As you see here, currently, and sorry for the paused show there, currently romantic comedies is your
his
pitch.
thing.
So I will end it.
That's the look when you mention it.
So
Tom
I
Cruise
will
Maverick.
go ahead and confirm that. So again, your pitch will be romantic comedies. All right, Jim, Harrison, any comments on your selection?
I couldn't be happier with this pick because I know Harrison hates it. So I think I
Yeah,
have an edge.
very much that. Yeah, you've
I already have an
got the edge on
idea.
this one.
In fact, I have like 3 different ideas that I'm going to work on straight away. So I better win this.
Good luck.
Isn't
because that'll be bad.
Die Hard's a romantic comedy, isn't it?
Yeah, Die Hard's basically every genre of film.
Yeah, I thought.
There's something in there for everybody. It
comedy.
truly is.
Time travel.
Exactly. Yeah, time.
So again,
Exactly
at a whopping, it was 53%, guys. Wow. So people really want to see some romantic comedy figures.
Rom-com.
Well,
Did
let's
Disney
see.
get any votes, or was it still a 0? I didn't see that bit.
It was still at 0.
It's just nobody likes
Crazy.
live action Disney. Yeah.
But I thought that if I threw that in there, I thought that maybe as a joke, people might think it's funny to make you pitch from that. Again, it's to make it more difficult for you guys.
Yeah.
I personally just thought it'd be interesting, but no one voted for that one. The second highest one was 1970s. So 1970s would have been
That
an
would have been
option
good.
there. All right, guys, let's kick back to the main event. Now the Q&A and rebuttal section. Does anyone on our guest judge selection have one, like an itching question that you just like, I need to ask this now?
Question or comment?
Comment, question, whatever.
Phill, would you include, or maybe even if it succeeds, a battle damage version of her with the severed predator head? Like in the end of the movie?
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. 100%. Obviously, depending
If it
on
goes
the
well.
on the sales. Yeah.
I mean, there is a battle damage predator that they just kind of stuck on us. So, and Shane, would you include a airport backdrop, maybe with the windswept sculpted hair to go along with it when he's on his bike? To kind of
You want an airport? We'll get you an airport.
Okay.
Well, the bike isn't actually part of it. I've just kind of like something that was there, like so it was basically the flight look or the casual look. And I forgot to mention, you can buy them singly, or you can buy them together, and it's like $50 cheaper, so it's not that much cheaper. But the bike is not part of the package, like, so it's literally just the flight look or the civilian look, single pack or 2-pack.
You seem pretty adamant on that choice. Is it because you think InArt cannot do a bike, or is it because you want to see the sales on that first?
The bike was kind of in the same way that they were talking about doing a Batpod at one stage, so they wouldn't rule it out, but it's not like it's. I'm not offering it. I don't think I couldn't. My prices are locked in at $325 for the pilot look, and then $300 for the casual look. And that's kind of based on the accessories are just what's listed as well, because I've noticed I'm following the trends. A lot of people are commenting on the Walking Dead figures. While they looked great, there was definitely only like the essential accessories, and people were speculating maybe that's because they gave us the accessory they wanted, didn't give us other stuff that we mightn't use to maybe decrease cost. So I'm just following the trends. Like I said, Negan I think was $269, but it's Tom Cruise, so even though it's sculpted and a similar amount of accessories, it's going to be more expensive. That's why hence $325.
It's a $100 head sculpt for sure. Yeah,
pretty much. Yep. It's Tom, man. You know, we have to be somewhat realistic. Like,
okay, Jim, Vita, any burning questions for our contestants? Interesting.
No questions.
All right.
I did really like Phil's use of shelf vicinity. I thought that was just a great little bit of terminology you threw out there. I was just like, nice. I really appreciate
I was impressed by how his presentation flowed. All right, Joe.
Yeah, it flowed really nicely. That was good.
Appreciate it, guys. Funny enough, I want a Tom Cruise as well, especially with the pipe.
I'll get you one if you get me one.
Absolutely
yeah.
unbelievable.
You can buy each other's pits. There you go, sorted.
Which one will make more money, do you think, though?
That's a tough question because Top Gun's huge.
Yeah, I think Maverick.
If we want to go from the numbers as well, I'm glad you put in the Rotten Tomato score of 94, because the Rotten Tomato score for Maverick is 96. And while your one didn't go to the theaters, the movie from the figure that I want to put out made 1.49 billion just post-COVID. That can't be ignored. The market is huge. People would probably want the Top Gun, but I had to play the hand I'm dealt. That's why I went with Maverick.
Prey did revitalize the series though. Badlands, Killer Killers.
At the end of the day, unfortunately, it's about making money, and this is why we haven't gotten a Okoye or those other figures like this other one, and it's unfortunate, but it is a business. So yeah, Shane's right.
Oh, it's gonna be a
Okay.
tough one.
All right.
I was ready for more
guys,
questions.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. Vita has no comment on either one of the presentations. Is it because are you familiar with these films?
I'm flabbergasted. I have. There's the first time I think I'm kind of don't have any comments, or I can't come up with anything. Like I start sweating trying to think of some questions, but yeah, I just couldn't come up with anything.
That's how good you guys did.
Yeah, I
agree.
Just so good.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
All right, guys. Before we start getting into who we're going to vote for, Harrison, any last comments on these presentations?
You both did really, really well. Really well. I'm very impressed with both of the presentations, and they're definitely both pieces that I think are really needed, especially Tom Cruise. I know a lot of his movies that could make really good figures. One's come to mind like Oblivion in his white suit, or Edge of Tomorrow in the mech suit, or Last Samurai.
Shoot, I'll take a cocktail with the bar.
There's so many that could be made of Tom Cruise, and people would love to have a representation of Tom Cruise. So the fact you've gone with him from Top Gun is a great choice, because I feel like, as you said, it did so well at the cinema. It made a lot of money, and it would be a great figure. Naru is one, obviously, personally to me, that I really would love to have. You got absolutely everything that I could have asked for in that pitch. You've got the makeup, the weapon, the dog, the diorama base. Like literally, I can't think of anything else really that I would want you to put into that. So yeah, they're both very good, and it's a lot It's a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be to choose which one. Shane, you're very adamant about not having a bike. Could the bike be added down the line, do you think? That would push me over the edge personally as a lover of motorcycles. I could see myself having him on the bike.
Well, in that case, the bike is definitely a possibility. I don't want to lie to you. The bike is in the same situation as the Batpod was and DeLorean. They were talking about it not ruling out, but it's not live at the moment. It is solely based. It's based on how well this figure does. But the timeline would be, if this does well, and there's a target which they will know does well, how much they sell or whatever, that will determine if they go back and do the 86 Tom Cruise. And at that stage then, if that does well, the bike is a possibility. The F-18, F-14, bringing back Goose, and sadly the aircraft carrier are obviously not. And yeah.
It's a good call, because right now there's a lot of third-party companies that make 1/6 scale, Kawasaki's and Suzuki's and bikes, and they make them better, more cheap, and you can, it's a good call. You can actually buy that and then get your bike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I've got. They're both very, very good. Very well done, everyone.
Okay. I think it's time to, for sake of time, we're running at 2 hours, and I want to kind of cut it close to that time. So we're going to go ahead and start going with our choices. I'm going to have the whole panel first, starting off with our guest judges. Let us know who you are voting for. Unless there's a burning rebuttal that you have, Shane or Phill, before we get into that. I didn't give you the opportunity to speak on each other's. Is there something that's burning before we get into these judge results?
I can't criticize, because, as I said, that's a figure I would, if an art announced that on Monday, I'd be POing it.
That's my thoughts on the Naru as well. And I actually, sadly though, I think that if they do a Naru, it won't be as good as Phil's pitch. You know what I mean? The diecast won't be happening if Hot Toys does it realistically. But yeah, I would get a Naru as well.
Interesting. So it's something that you both love to the point that you can't even criticize each other's pitch. Now this is going to determine the winner. So you sure there's not one final thought? Something that was missing from their pitch?
Shane should have playing with the boys instead of...
I had limited time, and in fairness, it sounds so much better on a guitar, because the if you check out the bass line is so boring that you couldn't yet. So I was like, no, I can't play that. That's just it's so ridiculously easy. It's not nice.
Shane,
but
you wailed, bro. You wailed.
It sounds better on the guitar. Put it that way, but.
All right, just again, officially the poll is now live. So go ahead and vote. Yes, you may vote for yourself. Yes, you may vote for each other. Yes, you can vote multiple times. You can do it all. However, once we close, and that will determine the winner. So now the poll is officially live. So go ahead and vote. I would ask everybody, even before you let us know, everyone that is on the panel right now, to go ahead and go. And again, the poll is on my channel, the Jose Plus. Go to the Jose Plus. I have put the link in the chats. So if you have not seen it, it is there. So go ahead and go to that and vote in the poll. I'm going to go ahead and put it in again for you guys, just in case you don't see it. There it is. So go to that link and go ahead and place your votes. All right. Beautiful. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this episode up. I'm going to go ahead and ask my special guest judges to go ahead and vote. And I'm going to go ahead and go to the previous winner of the last episode, X-Man Supreme, Dave. It is time, man. You were overwhelmed. You had no questions. But it's now time. There's two doors. Phill with Naru and Shane with Maverick. Where are you going?
If I ask Shane if Phil's door leads to the castle at the center of the labyrinth, would he say yes? Okay. I am going with what I would pick myself because they're both fantastic. I would lean more toward Predator than Top Gun. And I can see the possibility of maybe fudging a custom of Silver Fox for my Wolverine if I wanted to do that with Naru. So I am going to go with Naru. I'm going to go with Phill on this one. But I like the idea of having a dude on a bike because you can get a bike anywhere. So that would be fun as hell too. But I'm going to go with Naru just because I'm more close to that franchise.
All right, thank you. And Sal agrees. He says, "Come on, guys, the representation alone for Naru is huge. Might be Hot Toys' first Native American figure, if I'm not mistaken." I think you're right on that one. Keith Lee says, "Phill was just missing a musical solo." I mean, you still got time, Phill. You want to belt out a song or something, or how you feeling?
I can show you my son's presentation of Imagine Dragons Thunder because he did that the other night. It's a far better job than me.
All right, guys, we're gonna move it along. Philly, it's your first time on the show, your first time being a special guest judge. Now you're gonna be competing in one of these episodes very, very soon, so you'll be on the other side. But currently, right now, you have the opportunity to judge both competitors based on what they presented today. Now, again, let us know your choice. This gets announced tomorrow, but you only have enough money for one of them. Which one are you buying?
So I didn't expect anything less from both of you gentlemen. You did a phenomenal job. Phill, you were precise, pristine, and just on the mark with that figure. And it just, it was amazing presentation with the quality and the thought that went into it. Shane, you threw me off. You said in the beginning, you said that you came unprepared and you completely threw me off with the presentation. I was very impressed. And
I cram. That's what I did. I crammed.
Yeah. And you wailed too. And like I said, I didn't expect anything less because, Shane is one that always thinks on his feet. I love his lines on his thumbnails. He's always got quick-witted, headlines, and you just took this, and he's right. Numbers wise, unfortunately, Tom Cruise, fortunately, he would sell a lot more because it's just the numbers are there. Because it's unfair. We do need more representation. I would love to have a Mid Thunder figure, and I'll definitely buy that. But as for the numbers and the way that he approached the whole concept of it, Shane takes definitely the win, and especially that presentation with the guitar. Nicely done. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you, Philly. No, man, I'm doing 3 things at once right now.
I know.
But
brother.
no, I'm here. I'm hearing you. No, thank you so much for your thoughts. Some really, really good thoughts there, Philly. Thank you so much. Now, I'm going to go to Jim. James, ¿cómo estás? How are you feeling? Despiértate. Wake up.
Those were both really fun pictures. I think Shane also threw me off because he wasn't prepared, and that was clearly a load of bollocks. So fair play to Shane there. He took us all by surprise. Yeah, excellent pictures. And it was a lot harder to choose a winner because I know what personally I would buy over the other. I would buy Naru either way because that's the figure that I more want. So, but I was trying to think of it in broader terms, and I think I'm not 100% sure. They'll both sell well. But okay, here's my thinking. I did a quick look, and there isn't any licensed, or at least not very many licensed Top Gun action figures. Not recently. I don't know about when the first film came out, to be honest. But so there isn't much track record for action figures for Top Gun, as far as I can see, selling well. Huge film franchise, but a high-selling film doesn't necessarily track into a lot of figure sales. It depends what translates well. How many people in our hobby are into that kind of a thing, so that's kind of where my mind is at. Whereas Predator as a franchise has you can track it. It's sold really well in collectibles from 1/6 scale to 1/12 and all the different scales. So I think they've got a strong kind of pull in terms of figure form there. So I think there is good potential to do it. If I'm Hot Toys as well, I'm going to be thinking brand image, and we get a lot of crap for not finishing lines, and this could be seen as a way of finishing a line for a film, although that's a bit of a cop out with 2 figures. So I think that's a potential. So with that said, and I also think visually Naru is a more interesting figure out of the 2. I do think In Art would absolutely nail a Tom Cruise head sculpt though, and their rooted hair on that I think would be just ridiculously good. Their tailoring on the coat would be really good. So I'm having even now a big back and forth, but I think ultimately, and I'm training to be an accountant and we're a bit risk averse, so I'm tracking with Naru just from a stronger franchise, from a sales perspective previously in action figures. So I've kind of gone with that aspect. So Phill gets my vote in this one in a very roundabout way. But excellent pictures, both sides. Incredible work.
Yeah, and that's the last time you're invited on the Hope Show.
Sorry, Shane.
Yeah, that's him and Phill now if he wins.
I didn't hear everything you said. It kind of just sounded like this to me about Shane.
For that reason alone, I'm out.
I've got to say, I think this is a liability nightmare. You don't have any claims that you can back up, so I'm out.
That's what it sounds like to me.
A little bit.
Man, you sound like Emily Blunt right now in that amazing trailer, Disclosure Day.
Sorry.
I
don't know why the audio's like that. I don't know. I'm using the same setup, everything, same headphones and everything. But anyways,
good take, Jim. But I would say that there's one big thing that we all kind of like is nostalgia, and I think it hits more with but yeah.
Could be true. It could be true. It's a tough one, but I agree.
If collectors could mainline it, they'd mainline nostalgia.
Yeah.
I did think Naru could be that figure that everyone's like, oh, I would definitely buy that, and then pay. It comes time to buy it, and they're like, so. I don't know. I went back and forth, but I think the safer bet for Hot Toys would possibly be Naru. Plus license rights.
Vita, are you ready?
No, I'm not. I wasn't ready for this. So I will start with that I would get both of the figures, because these both apply to me for many different reasons. So Phil's pitch was like really good, very detailed, very constructed with loads of images and details, and that's why I had no questions, because everything was laid out in front of us and everything was presented in front of us. Shane went for a wow factor. At first he deceived us saying he's not prepared, and then he just blown our minds away. And in all honesty, I was thinking he won't be able to do that, and I'm gonna be once again voting against him. And there's no way he's gonna pull something better than Naru. But none of you know, but Jose knows. For my first pitch, I was thinking to go with Maverick. And that's where I have to vote for Shane, because I wouldn't be true to myself if I would go with Phill. Because initially, I was literally like thinking for my initial pitch. And then that's when I was like discussing with Jose between my final few. And then I made the decision, which I did. And obviously I won with it. But with this time, definitely Shane. I don't think Jim should be able even to comment much about it. He hasn't seen Top Gun until, Top Gun Maverick was released, and he watched it with me.
Wow.
I believe you haven't seen
We're
this movie.
talking about
throwing you under the bus, man.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't think he understands the impact of the movie, the franchise, and just nostalgia is deep. I'm younger generation, but for me, this nostalgia is deep as well. As I said before, for me, this is like 90s movies, but it's for different reasons. But definitely going with Shane. But as I said at the beginning, I would take both of the figures any day, because it's amazing pictures. Well done, guys.
Absolutely. Tiny Art Guy Bob says Vita replaces Jim full time on the Hope Show. Well, there we go. There we go. So Vita gives the nod. She gives the
Why
nod
do you
to
think I
Maverick.
got this desk already?
You got the nod there, Shane. You got the nod from Vita. All right. I think it's Harrison. That's your time, man. What are you thinking?
Yeah. I'm still really, like everyone else, really struggling with this. They're both really, really good, and they both would do really, really well. I'm torn on this a lot more than what I thought I would be. You both did really good pitches, but in totally different ways. So, which I really enjoyed that. Phill, you totally nailed absolutely every part of Naru. So, as I said, that's amazing. And Shane, you just fibbed it and was like making us all think that he did nothing, and then it came out with all of that. So, but if I'm going down to figures, just the figures, I think. See, I was going to say I think Naru would do better, but I don't know. I don't know if she would do better actually. But thinking about it, you have two figures of Tom Cruise. I could see Naru getting two separate releases as well, just like the Feral Predator did. He had the clean normal version and have a battle damage version as well. So there's more choice there as well. And it is, and as others have said, would finish a line. So I think I would have to go Naru, not only because it's one I would personally buy over Maverick, but I feel like there might be more there to start off with, to finish a line, to have representation, to have just to have a really good finished line for a Predator. I think that'd be great. I don't think that it would necessarily outsell Maverick, but I feel like she's needed more than a Maverick at the moment. With having the two feral predators now, I feel like she's needed more. I feel like you can come back to Maverick. So my vote's Naru. But well done both of you. Really, really good.
So Naru it is then for you, Harrison.
Yeah, Naru.
Gotta show Phill a little love too. I got some clips there for you as well. Oh no! This time I usually would go to Marco and then let Marco, spiel for half an hour there, like he does. But since he's not here on the milk carton, as Shane would say, I'll have to go and actually deliver my choice. Now, before I do, I want to check in the poll. And the poll is currently live. And as of right now, guys, we have 18 votes, and it is currently tied. Yes, it is tied at 50-50. So
that's a
shock. Phill, you're in the situation. You're in this situation again.
Not for long. I just text my mum.
Mommy, help!
Send link, mum. No, she won't do it. She doesn't have a YouTube account. I'm joking. I didn't do it.
Oh gosh. Let's read some of the comments here before we jump into mine. He said, Sal says she's also continuing her story most likely. That's an interesting point, guys. Naru we most likely will see again, as you've seen the animated film that we saw, the anthology. What was it called? Killer of Killers. That one, she did make an appearance in that. So most likely will reappear. So it is a character we'll see again. However, I believe they're making another Top Gun. Is that correct?
Making Top Gun 3, man. They're making Top Gun 3.
Oh,
yeah.
I did not know that.
Now, I was against when they made Top Gun 2. I was like, why? What happened?
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Say it again.
My choice is Shane.
Yeah! What a legend. You're a legend.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Do you have a YouTube account?
not yet.
The only child who likes Shane.
Yeah, well, as a teacher, if all the kids like you, you're probably not doing your job right.
That's true.
All right, guys, I'm going to get into my vote. However, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys 2 more minutes in the chat if you've not voted. So after I finish, I will close the poll. I will let you know that Phill has received 1 more vote and is currently in the lead.
Shifted.
That was from my mom. She just did that on purpose.
Oh, no, Mom. You voted for the wrong person.
I know your mum well, Shane.
Oh!
Oh my
How well, Phill. How well.
Do you know what I love? I love the fact that like the humor myself and Phill use on this channel, we wouldn't say on Monday night in the Hope Show.
Definitely not. No.
We Keithley says when you don't know, go with the solo, and then we have Megan. Is this Megan? Megan Shane says Megan does have a YouTube account, by the way.
I don't know who she is. That's just some random person passing by, checking out the stream and voting for me.
Elizabeth says L. And Keithley says, well, Phill is dirty. All right, guys, I'm gonna go with mine. Oh, this is really, really tough. So, as the person that's kind of assisting on both pitches, I obviously know, early in terms of what you guys will be pitching, which is a blessing and a curse because I know what to prepare for and in terms of how to prepare everything that's going on the show. Now, Shane did kind of scare me a little earlier when he said that he hadn't done anything yet. So I was like, uh-oh. The way that
was true. At that point in time, I had nothing prepared. The only thing in my favor is that I knew I could play that thing on the guitar, but I just had to convert it to bass, and then I just threw together my PowerPoint.
So I was like, uh-oh. And, you were kind of like, oh, I don't know. I'm kind of wing it. And I was like, oh, my goodness, wing it against Naru? I was like, I was like, that's going to be tough because I knew how Phill was so prepared for this. And I knew how excellent he had presented his pitch with Cal Kestis previously. And again, just by 1 vote, he lost that pitch. So I knew how close it was. So I was like, Shane, if you want a chance here, you need to bring it. And you did. You did that solo. I know a lot of people are very impressed with what you did there. Again, it's all about showmanship and winning over the audience. And I believe you did that. I believe you've won over the audience, at least in what I'm seeing here in the comment section and on the panel. However, let's think about logistically about the choice of the characters. Tom Cruise seems like a difficult get. If Inar can pull it off, that'd be amazing. But I just don't see it happening ever because of various factors, whether it's Scientology or whatever it might be, right? All these different factors, likeness, maybe he's too expensive. I think it's like more of an impossibility versus Phill was concerned that they might even announce it the week of, right? Like because of the battle damaged feral predator, he was concerned that might be announced. And I was like, look, if that gets announced, then you're going to have to start from scratch, and that's going to be incredibly difficult. So I was hoping that wouldn't happen just for his sake. So in the end, I'm going to go with Naru and Phill on this one for that specific reason, because I do think that this one gets made likely. Now, would it sell more? That's the tough one, and that's where I was debating on where to go with my vote here. But I think that it's needed. I think it's needed. The representation is key. We are on Menos, by the way, so representation is very, very key on this show. So I do love that aspect. Sal brought that point up and it stuck with me. And I think it's really, really important to have figures that represent people that look like us. So I'm going to go with Naru on this one. But again, my vote's not the only one that counts, guys. We got to listen to what the audience says. Now, the audience already selected the next pitch, which is going to be romantic comedies for Jim and Harrison. So they've made their choice there. But where are they standing currently with this King Shark Tank? Let's see. Currently, oh my goodness, we have 25 votes. And of the 25 votes, currently in the lead, Phill with 56%. 56.
Close one.
You hate to see it.
So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys 2 minutes. 2 more minutes. How about that? 2 more minutes. Shane, go ahead and call your mom if you need to.
Call my mom. I'm putting a post on my 5,000 subscribers. Soon I get 10.
Letting you down.
You're a tyrant.
I want to give a shout out to Will. Love you too, man. He's in the chat. Thank you so much for coming by, man. If you have not voted,
Will,
the pitches. If you have not seen, but you didn't see the pitches, but you know which character you'd buy, go ahead and vote for us right there on my channel. Okay. All right. Beautiful. All right. 2 more minutes. In the meantime, guys.
School WhatsApp group. You can share the link with.
School WhatsApp. I'm going to go ahead and share the link one more time. This is just to give you guys one last chance to put in their votes. If you are not on my channel, you're on Marco's channel, go ahead and make your way over. And while you're over there, go ahead and like and subscribe to the show. Like the show, subscribe to my channel. And so if you like the content, so that more people can find this show and find more of these very amazing pitches that our special guests have done in the past. All right, guys, I have shared the link. It is currently there. Let's see if we get a couple more votes before we close it. 2 more minutes. Any final thoughts from our competitors? Phill, Shane, anything that can sway your audience?
Honestly, I don't think there's any way I just don't think there's any way that Naru would ever outsell Maverick. I take your point on Tom Cruise being awkward and being a Scientologist and whatever. He's like got his likeness locked down. I just don't think there's any way if those two figures went to head to head. I'd buy both of them, but I just don't think it would even be close, to be honest.
I can't argue that point.
Okay.
I honestly can't argue that point. You're onto something there.
It'd be a gold mine, but at the end of the day, like, you know, you're voting for. I suppose if you're watching, like, if I was watching and someone did a bad pitch, like Phil's pitch was really, really good, but if someone did a bad pitch, but it was a figure I like, and someone else did an exceptional pitch, and it was a figure I didn't like, I'm still going with the figure I want. Like, that's reality, like, you know. And, like, you know, as much as, like, people like the solo and all that, that doesn't matter. Like, the solo that's just a bit of showmanship or whatever, like, and I just love Top Gun, but, like, it doesn't make a difference to the actual figure.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. And I will say you did sway some people with the solo. I know that the solo helped. You know, I think you had an excellent presentation regardless of this, if you did the solo or not. But that last part is showmanship. Again, that's what it's about, right? Trying to sway the audience. And I definitely think that helped you. Absolutely. We got a comment here from Tiny Art Guy. He says, thoroughly enjoyed evening. Thanks all. Had to multitask between the stream, Arsenal playing football, and the Strictly Come Dancing final. You guys had my attention. Don't know what the dancing final you're referring to, but sounds interesting. Thank you, Bob.
It's not interesting at all. It's like this ballroom dancing competition. If you really like what? If you like ballroom dancing, you'll think it's great.
How is it? It's
but,
like Dance with the Stars, I think. In the US, yeah.
All right, guys. So I've said 2 minutes twice already, so I think it is time to end the poll. All right, so 30 seconds as I close the poll. Let me bring this up, and I will close it right in on the stream as you see here. So let me go ahead and pull this up. Let's see if I can do this. Come on. Sorry, guys, a little technical.
Shane's made a lot of ground in the last 2 minutes.
You know what? Before I came on the show, I was like, okay, yeah, something from Spider-Man 2, yeah, just do that. Just play it to the crowd. And then I decided not to do that. I think the future is just lots of burner accounts. That's my strategy. I actually can't do this again. But it'd be just loads of burner A, burner B, burner C, like 100 people watching and just bang, bang, bang.
All right, guys. You guys see the results there currently at 27 votes. Phill with the lead. I will be closing the poll. And the poll is done. Wow. Phill, you have won the King Shark.
Well done, Phill.
Well done, Phill.
Good job.
Thanks, guys.
Both of you, good job.
Well done, both of you, yeah.
Can't take that away from Shane. That presentation was ace, and I would definitely buy that figure. 100%.
Yeah, Yeah, you're one as well as I would buy it as well. And like when it gets released, the Hot Toys won't do as good a job. Like even if they do, everything,
I'm now worried
they're not
about
going to do diecast. Yeah, you're not worried about it.
No, I am worried. I'm very worried.
You are, yeah. Well, yeah, because I've seen the way you kind of dissected the deck, and rightly so. They're expensive. Like you're not getting a diecast Tomahawk. Like maybe you get real rope, but you won't get the diecast Tomahawk. And just I don't think it would be as good as what you wanted it to be, or what the way you pitched it. Put it that way. But yeah. Be interesting to compare if they do, what it would be like as in compare it to yours.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah,
but I don't think it would come with as much accessories and all.
No, yours looked like an in-art standard figure.
If Hot Toys is watching, just use Phil's presentation and just make that.
Even the statue dog, I think, is a good shout.
Yeah.
100%.
It would be anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
Probably be the wrong color though with Hot Toys.
All right, so unfortunately, we have a winner in Phill, and unfortunately, Shane, you are our runner-up today. I'm so sorry about that. I will need to play this clip in your honor.
Is that?
What was that?
What was that? Say that again. Say that again.
It's from a show called Sábado Gigante, where a contestant will sing, and then if they're terrible at singing, they basically escort them out and tell them to leave. So they're telling them,
Tiny
leave.
Dracula comes out and tells them to go.
That's still around? Sábado Gigante is still around?
No, that's a really old clip. But you'll recognize this one. This one's also from you. Sorry about that, Shane.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Oh. Oh.
Harsh.
That's too far. That's too far.
All right. I'm sorry. Shane, you are always welcome on this show as a special guest judge to come and help judge these presentations. We have an upcoming show. If you're available, Jim and Harrison. Oh my God, I'm totally spacing out. Harrison, Viking Collectibles is coming up next. If you're available, you're always welcome on this show. All right. So you can be my wingman anytime. All right.
Okay.
You can be my wingman anytime. Bullshit. You can be mine.
As a grown man, that scene gets me every time.
I know. That's why I saved it. I'm like, I'm going to play it as many times as I can. All right, guys. It's been an excellent show. Wonderful presentations. An excellent panel. It has been one mega episode. Again, Phill is our winner this time. Shane is our runner-up. However, we have one great episode coming up in January between Harrison and Jim, with their topic being romantic comedies. So definitely stay tuned on the channel for that episode.
Stop
all right,
smiling,
guys. Big congratulations to both of you guys. Thank you so much for all the time and effort you've put into your pitches. I really, really appreciate it. I always say it every episode. I know Marco reiterates, you give up all your time to do this. So I really appreciate you guys doing so. All right, guys. And with that, nos vemos. Take care, guys.